I tell them you can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. Bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up. I'm a type of nigga that says shit straight. I never did hate, that's a bitch nigga trait. By any means, baby, I'ma get to the cake. I been a real nigga, so it ain't for debate. Beefing with me, get you hit with a stake. She left you for me, saying you the mistake. I can't be replaced. No, saving what hoes? Do you see me with a cape? I hustle from sun up to sundown. If a hater run up, he get walked down. We be up in that stick on who talk down. Reaching for my shit, 5-5. I be putting in work, I don't clock out. Talking dirty, you niggas get mouthed out. Shout it like how I kick it like Kung Lao. Cause these niggas be chicken, compound. I ain't wanna do it, but have to. I'm the shit like I live in the bathroom. Pull up, eat it, and dip, she fast food. Girl, let me show you what this cash do. I'm going nuts like the cashews. My name in they mouth with a bad mood. Not a brokey, I go with a cash move. I'ma set this shit off if I have to. Hey. Niggas ain't built like me, bionicles, but you self-made. It's ironic though, you original but you be copying. I'm by my coins, I got that sonic flow. Bruce Lee, Roy, bitch, I got the glow. Probably run a ticket up at Papa Do's. Call me Young Atomic cause I'm about to blow, nigga. Pause, no homo, no homo. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. Bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up.
Welcome to another episode of MZ Talks Boxing, aka Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by way of HW Wicks Handcrafted Candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. We are also presented by the Block Family, created on Marlowe's Corner. These guys are always behind the channel, bringing us in front of the YouTube streets to help us stand and bring the truth and speak honestly about the fights. And our music, which is always coming from the Track Titans, who provides us with the background music tracks. And if you're looking for some music, you got a rapper in your midst that's looking for some tracks that's affordable, holler at us. Well, tonight we got the Times Square card coming up this Friday. Teofimo Lopez, Devin, the Dream Haney, Ryan King Garcia, and Ramirez, who is fighting Devin, not Rolly. Rolly is fighting Ryan. Teo is fighting Barboza. These are the fights that are lined up for this coming up Friday. Card on the 2nd. Looking forward to seeing them. I want to know what you guys are expecting from these cards and what you think these cards are going to bring. I also got to take my hat off and give big props, I mean massive props, to the women's cards that took place across the pond. Natasha Jonas, Lauren Price, we had Caroline Dubois fighting Beaumarie. Forgive me for messing the name up, and a slew of other great fights that took place that night. So tonight, I think we got a lot to be able to get in here and chop it up and talk about. And shoot, that's pretty much how we're gonna get started and lay it down. Now I know people are excited, or seem to be excited about what's gonna be taking place coming up real soon with Devin and Ryan. I know a lot of people are waiting to see what Devin is going to be bringing to the table. How is he going to react and things like that. This question was asked by the gentleman that was holding the press conference, a question about testing Devin's chin, which in case Bill Haney did make the rounds after that and let the world know that he was upset and disrespected the man, called him a piece of POS and all that. And I'm not talking about point of sale. Rolly and Ryan pretty much laid back, not too much going on between them. You know, Rolly had a few things to say, but a lot of the action, or should I say a lot of the mouthpiece and the loud talking was coming from Teofimo Lopez, going after Barboza. They were going at it back and forth against each other. And they're actually setting the stage, what I think, for a good knock 'em, rock 'em, shock 'em kind of fight. But we'll have to see. As usual, I like to sit back, let things get set up. We're gonna talk a little bit about those ladies, and we're gonna jump on the situation with Barboza, Teo, Rolly, Devin, and so forth. We might even get to speaking a little bit about the so-called robbery, because I'm seeing so many videos being made about the robbery that didn't take place. Robbery of a point, yes. Robbery of a fight, no. And what does Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dana White's TKO Boxing League bring to the sport? We'll talk about that in just a minute. But, like I say, I like to let things get rolling. Y'all sit back, let a little music fall into your ears while we sit back and wait for the rest of our brothers. And a couple more people to join into the conversation, and we're going to get rolling. I'm going to hit you one time with Hydro Blow by the Track Titans, featuring The Cane.
Shorty looking mad fly. Had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulated conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene, I mean. Feel me, really, I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my, pass the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said it's Otis, last name is Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese, and you get high. Then I'm your guy.
If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go.
Say what you want, just be blunt, I can stand the flames. Take a ride on the great airlines, I promise you'll be glad you came. The fire in your eyes make wetness between your thighs. You say you never blow, I eliminate your disguise. Underneath your green exterior, I gaze. Exploration of your brain leaves me in a purple haze. I see consent as my morals continue living. I just like to engage in a little oral tradition. So pardon my unorthodox approach to blazing luscious. That's just the way I roll. Lick the split before I stuff it. You like it hot, I got enough smoke to choke the average throat. But tonight I'm trying to go a little deeper. Loving the feel of your lips, taking drags off this gas, just puff and never pass. I'm your high value reaper.
I got the high, you got control, you make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, we can make this track go.
I'm chilling in my room on this night. I got something tied up in the shower, am I right? A friend in the negligee smiling as she rolling up. Every once in a while looking up, saying, girl, hurry up. She placed her gaze back up on and took a deep sigh and said, I'm so home. You want a drink? I said, yeah. And while she walking to the table, she asked him what I think. I like the way your lips poke, I like she pout. And that ass got my little man shouting. She kinda giggled, oh, you like what you see? Before I can answer, I heard, hey, what about me? I turned around, she got a pose with no clothes, with a leg up on the chair, with her ass so exposed. She said, don't speak, just lay back on the bed. Said something about double heat. Yeah, you heard what she said.
If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control, you can make this track go.
We are back. We are back. We are back. Like I said, we're gonna take our time tonight because I want everything to marinate just right and come out the pot smelling good, simmering down. We got Gil Colston slid into the building saying salute OG. I'm always gonna shoot that salute right back. One of the Block family brothers. What's going on? Gil, if you had time, you can put it in the chat. I want to know, what are you expecting from the card, the Times Square card with Ryan, Devin, Rowley, and Barbosa and Teo? I need to know. I'm looking for my brothers to let me know what they're thinking about and how they feel. And as I was saying, speaking about the ladies across the pond and the good fights that they're having over there, or that should I say that they had over there this weekend past, let me just speak on the fact, Natasha Jonas and Lauren Price, oh, where do I start? First of all, Lauren Price is a beast. At least that's what she's showing against Natasha Jonas. Now I understand she's 30 and Natasha is closer to 40. But Lauren went out there and showed her skills. She did not hold back. She let it be known that she was faster. I thought for a moment that she might slow down throughout the fight, but she has a hell of a gas tank on her. She was able to move around and keep moving, using a lateral movement in and out. She just proved to be, let me just put it like this. She set a high pace, straight up, letting her hands go in exchanges with Jonas, which proved to be in Price's favor because Jonas was not fast enough or could not pull the trigger quick enough to retort anything or retaliate anything that Lauren was bringing to her. Lauren has, like I said, she got a good gas tank, able to maintain the supply of energy that she was using throughout the fight, throughout the whole movement, which she was making subtle movements. You know, she was kind of up on her toes a little bit, dancing, moving left and right, getting in and out. She used different variations of punches. You know, she used a power jab. She used a quick snapping jab. And she mixed that in. She would jab once. She would sometimes follow that change that up to a double jab, even a triple jab. A couple of times, I believe she threw a quadruple jab. She stayed behind that jab and kept pumping it, following it up crisply with some nice hooks. You know, she just showed a good realm, a knowledge of the ring, able to stay away from Jonas, not letting Jonas get a chance to tee off on her. She was so much quicker than Jonas, man. She was just so much quicker than Natasha that it almost seemed unfair. You know, Tasha, I can't say that Tasha didn't get a couple of punches in. You know, she did at least scratch Price a couple of times, being funny. But she did not lay down. I will give Natasha Jonas that. She did not lay down. True champion by heart, true fighter, but against Lauren Price, she was simply outmatched. The speed of Lauren Price compared to Natasha Jonas was ridiculous. She was eons, yards, miles, light years, however you want to put it, ahead of Natasha Jonas. And going out there, relieving her of her belts, Lauren Price did to Jonas. You got to give it to her. She earned it. She took that from her. And so I say hats off to Lauren Price and everything that she did and showed in that fight. You know what I'm saying? She was using the 1-2, jumping in and out like she was playing peekaboo. She get in, she followed that jab and that 2, boom, pop back out. As Trey X would always say, my brother Trey X, 2 lefties going at it mean the lanes are wide open. And with saying that, Lauren Price made sure that she let the world know that the lanes was open because she was steady running up in them. She kept Natasha Jonas on the back foot. She kept Natasha Jonas in defensive mode. She was shooting shots so quickly that it was a few times it almost looked like a video game. She was in, pop, 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 got back out, Jonas threw a punch. So far behind, it was like, wow, is she lagging or what? But like I said, I take my hats off to Lauren Price. She went out there and did exactly what she said she was going to do, and she shined. And Congratulations for making that a great card. I thank both ladies. Don't know what it is the Price is planning on doing, but hey, if everybody else that she's gonna be facing is gonna turn into what Lauren Price looked like, boy, it's gonna be a hard thing for her. But like the question was asked, we're gonna give her enough time to sit down with her daughter and see what she thinks, and see if she's planning on giving us any more fights. My boy Gil Cole said, I got Barbosa, Ryan, and Ramirez winning. So you got Barbosa beating Teo, Ryan beating Rolly, and Ramirez beating Devin. I can't even, at this moment, I can't even be mad at you. I wouldn't try to be mad at you anyway. Those sound like some nice laydowns for you. I figured that Barbosa, he's hot. He's coming in hot. He got the momentum behind him. Teo is I don't know, Teo being Teo, he talking crazy, off the wall, off the chain. I don't know if it could be nervous energy. To me, he seemed like he's trying too hard. That's what it is. You know, now he done went from the tactics of words that he's used to now he's bringing props on the stage. It looked like he's just trying too hard to get the eyes on him where people say, hey, Teo doing his thing. Got a secret for you, Teo. If you ever hear these words, this is what helps people put their eyes on you. Whooping ass. You're a fighter. Go out there, whoop ass. Look good doing it. Don't finish your fight and then turn around and look in the camera and say, do I still got it? Nobody's going to be standing behind you. We're the fans. It's not our job to stand behind you and try to hold you up. Rod X in the building. Sliding through saying, what's up, my people, all the time. Block fam in the house. What's going on, Rod X? I'm going to pose the question to you is like I'm posing it to everybody. The Times Square card is coming up on the second. You got Teo, Devin, Ryan, Roley, Ramirez. Who you got? Who you got out of the Ryan Roley? Who you got out of the Devin Ramirez? And Teo versus Barbosa. Who you got? Who you rolling with? What you think you see coming? And how did you like the fights across the pond with the ladies? Because they showed out. Speaking of the ladies, I gave props to Natasha Jonas and Lauren Price. I got to go ahead and speak on Caroline Dubois and Bomine Reed Shin, which Daniel's sister is turning out to be a good fighter. She's a good fighter. Nice speed, nice pop. She can work on the inside. She actually got some dog in her, man. But Shin wasn't trying to hear it. Shin was not just trying to go away. You know, she started off slow. Dubois was looking real good and chipper. But going toward the end of the fight, Shin got some wheels up under her and got a little rubber up under her feet and started pushing the issue, which made the closing part of the fight a beautiful scenario to watch, because it showed that Dubois looked like she might have been in a little trouble, might have got rocked toward the end, a little danger element in the fight. Didn't look like it was just going to be a cakewalk. Shin started bringing pressure. Dubois got caught a couple of times, but she fought on. Now, I heard the guys that was calling the fight, you know, they was like, oh, she shouldn't be mixing it up with her. She should be holding on, punching, holding on. Forget all that. Dubois' sister, Caroline, as they call her, Sweet Caroline, was out there doing her thing, man. She showed she got that boxing blood and she got a mean streak. She went on and bit down on the gum shield, as they say, and slugged it out until the end, and she got the win. Got the win. It was an exciting fight. Had me on the edge of my seat. You know, and what else can I say? It was a great fight. Oh, man, we got my big brother rolling in the building. Ernest Davis, the greatest producer, in my opinion, of all times. He my favorite, at least. And I'm talking about Manny Draperly, Texas Timbo, my maestro, Big E. What's going on, man? I'm glad to see you slide in. I know my big sister in the background. What's up, big sis? Pat, what's going down, baby? Let's make some noise up in this piece. Yes. But anyway, speaking on the ladies, like I said, Dubois' sister got some dog in it, man. True dog. Not no pit, not no poodle or nothing like that. She's something fierce, something vicious, something, you know what? Now that I'm thinking of Dubois, seeing how she squabbles, and, you know, Alicia Baumgartner, wherever she is, You want to get back in the mix. You want to start making some noise again. Getting your shine back on, cause you know some slugs was shot, and I feel like Baumgartner, quit screaming for Clarissa Shields. She too big for you. She ain't coming down to 147. Her frame don't fit that. You trying to get her to come down, but you have no leverage, nothing to make her come down with. But what I can tell you is, I think you do fight at around 140, and you saying that you can handle old Clarissa at 147. Well, I do believe Daniel Dubois' sister might be sitting at 140, and there's a couple of bras that's sitting at 147. Like, am I tripping? But is the Jonas at 147? I believe she is. So you got some smoke that you can go and find and attend to and see what's up. But quit calling out the GOAT, man. She too big for you. And right now, she's dealing with a lot bigger threats than old girl sitting up there in the heavyweight division. With that being said, let's get on and start chewing the fat about this fight card that's coming up in Times Square. First of all, I do believe this is a first. This is a first in history. I've never heard of a fight taking place in Times Square. If I am wrong, somebody please let me know. But as far as I know, this will be a first. This will be a first. Devin, Ryan, Rolly, mentioning, you know, how people like to bring up the four kings from the 135-pound era. Well, it seems like they're getting a little get-together party right now up here at the 147-pound division. Now, let that roll off your tongue for a second. We were trying to figure out where Devin and Ramirez was going to be fighting at. We thought that Ramirez was going to have to squeeze us down to 140. We were speaking on the show about that last week. We weren't quite sure what weight class it was going to be at. But listening to the man that was announcing the fight at the listening to the press conference, it seems like Devin and Ramirez will be fighting at 147 pounds. At least that's what he said. They'll be fighting at the welterweight division. Y'all forgive me, man, if I'm stumbling over my words. I don't know why I'm talking so fast today. Let me try to woo-saw. But anyway, this fight is going to be taking place at 147. I don't know if I want to start off talking about Devin and Ramirez first. Do I want to talk about Teo and Barbosa's first? Because Teo just seems to be getting deep under Barbosa's skin with the tactics and the running his mouth and everything. He done had Ryan tell him to shut the hell up. Then he had Devin have to turn around and tell him to shut the hell up. 2 different days, 2 different times. But this stuff is taking place. Teo is just being a straight clown, if you ask me. You want the eyes of the world to be on you. You want the boxing world to love you and start paying attention to you. Start handling your business. Start fighting. Putting some distance between you and your competition. If you are truly the takeover, then you should be able to do that. You know, fighters that you know, spit that venom and talk that talk, we expect them to be 100% confident in what they're going to do. They go out there and 9 times out of 10 get her done. But we never, ever expect them to turn around and do things like you do and ask people if they still got it. Either you know you got it or you don't know you got it. And if your crew don't know you got it, your team don't know you got it, then hell, I don't know what to tell you. But I will give him some kudos for slapping old Barbosa today. He snuck one in there when they was facing off. He slapped old Barbosa. Ran him a little hot. Pops was out in the background. You could hear him talking about, yeah, you know, he was really rooting him on and everything like that. I'm going to say I am looking forward to Barbosa to go out there, be mean-spirited, and try to put the hurt on old Teo. This is what I'm looking for it to happen. Teo has been poking the bear. They asked him, you know, to give an idea of how hard of a fight this would be. I can't remember who they compared it to. And Teo went far back as to say as him winning the Golden Gloves is 2012 or some craziness like that. Pretty much disrespecting Barbosa on every level, saying that the man was not going to be as hard of a fight as his amateur fight to win a Golden Glove championship or something like that. You just take that into consideration. Here's a man that's holding a strap, just won a strap, and then you see here talking crazy. But you're the same guy who 1 minute you got confidence in yourself, the next minute you don't. You're the same guy that was throwing the N-word around and disrespecting Crawford and Terrence and Tank. You're the same guy that when Crawford caught up with you, he actually pretty much made you apologize to the world in the video when he caught up with you and asked you, now tell him what you told me. What? Tell him why you doing it. Oh, for publicity. We don't expect guys that got hands, skills, meanness, go in the ring and just beat somebody down. We don't expect them to be backtracking on their words like that. You know, we got cameras and everything everywhere, microphones and everything everywhere. You are scrutinized, T.O., every time you make a move. And I see why people be calling you T-Ho instead of T.O. And I'm really seeing it. I was trying to restrain myself from ever doing you like that. But you know, the jury's out, and I got a note from the forewoman that's in the jury, and she kind of letting me know that T-Ho is a good nickname for you to hold right now till you prove otherwise. Eric R has slid into the building. What's up, my brother? I'm sorry I missed your call. I did see it, so I'm going to let you know. I appreciate you hitting me up. We'll get a chance to chop it up, but yeah, glad you came through. I'm glad you were here. So, T.O. would do anything for attention. That's real talk, Gil Cole. And it's starting to be shown that he'll do anything for attention. Last couple of years, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people upset about the way he disrespects the black heritage. You know. But I would like to see Barbosa put hands on him. Not as much as I would like to see one of the fighters of the black heritage put hands on him. But I'll respect the ass whooping from Barbosa just as well. Just as well, yes I will. I'll be sitting back chewing popcorn, sipping on something, talking about punch him again. You know, I know y'all waiting to see T.O. Get his ass whooped. Now, I can honestly say I have not met a T.O. fan. Now that I'm sitting here speaking on the man, I can't remember hearing somebody, even here in Texas, saying, man, you see that boy T.O.? I can't wait to see T.O. I haven't heard anybody do that. Nobody. So, with that being said, you know, I ain't trying to mush on T.O. too much, but, you know, we will get it going. Now, I don't know if y'all saw the fact that, Barbosa calling him out. Barbosa spitting that venom, too. I can't lie to you, you know, they was pushing and stuff. Barbosa did started, he pushed, knocked T.O. hat off, and then, you know, T.O. pushed him, and y'all know how, y'all saw it, you know, it was almost playgroundish, but it sparked off, you know, T.O. came out of nowhere with slapping old boy. And the way it echoed on the camera that I heard it from, it was like, I hope that echoed out for y'all. But that's what it sounded like. And I hope Barbosa make his ass pay for that. Don't let him slap the water out your mouth, man. You stand up there and you don't get your get back. T.O. seeing you out in the background talking crazy and big up in his son. You know, it was really disrespectful. And Barbosa, I'm expecting you as Arnold, I'm expecting you to go out there and really show something. Really show something. Can I pin your call out? Oh, whoa. We got a call out going on. Where this is it? Let me see. Gil Colum store. No. Oh, could this be it right? You talking about this one right here? Let me see if I can pin this up here. So I think I'm gonna ride that momentum into seeing the wizard. Oh shoot. This man here, this man here, I can't find out how to pin it. Do I have to pin it through YouTube? Oh, can I pin it somewhere else? Where is it? Let me see. Give me a second. I'm trying to pin it. Oh, there you go. Pin right there. Oh, I gotta go through something. All right. Oh, is you talking about the? Let me see. Maybe you talking about calling out the wizard? Anyway, Barbosa got that momentum behind him. He seemed to be agitated, aggravated, and ready to unleash on Teo. They seem to really not like each other. Barbosa has brought out the fact before that he been trying to get at Teo. He felt like Teo has been protected by Top Rank. And now he finally licking his chops. He licking his lips. He's ready. He say, so you just go pee anything, huh, OG? Okay, so you want to off to see the wizard? My bad. Let me fix that. I wasn't just peeing anything, man. He didn't. Let me see. Let me go ahead, cause the wizard mess around and see this. Come on here and start casting spells early. Now where do I find it? I'ma just put off. I'ma just because I'm having a lot of issues here. Bam, there it is. Off to see the wizard. Off to see the wizard. There it is. Okay. Now, where was it? Barbosa beating the hell out of Teo is what some people are hoping for. T-Ho is what some people are hoping for. I'm just ready to see this dude. I'm ready to see him get humbled, get shut up, get the hands put on him. You know, the fighters, he been getting slid, been able to slide by a few times. Being able to slide by. He said MZ pinned my box rig. Oh man, so I'm in the hot spot right now, but I don't care. I'm thinking about Teo getting beat up by Barbosa. I'm hoping that Teo gets beat up by Barbosa. I don't know how many times y'all actually heard me on the channel when it comes to saying, speaking about a fight, me really talking about hoping somebody get beat up that I can remember right off the top. But right now, in my heart of hearts, in my soul of soul, I just want Teo to get beat up, man. I don't like the dude. I'm like Terrence Crawford with Tank. I just don't like him. Do I respect him as a boxer? Ooh, I can't say I disrespect him as a boxer. I respect all boxers because they put the gloves on and get out there, and fight. He's just not my cup of tea. That's the best way I can put it. He's not my cup of tea. I'm not going to disrespect anybody or talk down on anybody. If he is their cup of tea, he just doesn't fit mine. He's not for my palate. So therefore, to heck with Teo, and I hope Barbosa go out there and looks like an amazing champion that's witty, strong, fast, smart on his defense. I hope he be on point on every facet of his game that night against Teo. And whatever Teo gets, I hope Teo has to earn every inch of the ring. Every point that the judge gives him, every lick that he gets to land, I'm hoping that Barbosa makes him earn it. Every inch, every 3 minutes that a round is going on, from 1 to 12 or from 1 to 2 or from 1 to 1 minute and 30 seconds, and he put Teo to sleep. Yeah, I said it. I would like to see Teo don't put him to sleep. Put him on his butt 2 times, because I think 3 times they try to say the fight is over unless they got it in the contract. Now, if you could knock him down a lot and don't worry about the fight getting called over, knock his ass down every round. But put hands on him when he get back up. Don't let him get up and maybe trying to say, he fall back. No, knock him down and thrash him. Thrash him, I'm talking about. Thrash his ass from corner to corner, pillar to post. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm being a little rough. I am, because the man has said some things and he pulled some stunts in the past that's just rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm sick of him running around claiming to be the takeover, the undisputed that they put on his back and embroidered on him. All of that. I want him to pay for all that. Now I know people gonna say you pull it for Devin because Devin had the belt at the time. Teo didn't have the belt, and Top Rank and everybody else knew that. But people filter down and they bow down and say, well, we just gonna have to do what it is because that's what it was. Why they do Devin dirty at the press conference? Old boy said you got heart, but how's that? I knew you was gonna get to that, and that's what ran That's what upset Bill. I saw Bill ranting and raving. He called that man a piece of a POS. You know, he called him a POS, not a point of sales. A POS is like you trying to disrespect somebody. And Devin answered by saying, I got up every time, so that shows I had a chin. And, you know, people listen to words that people use and the way they move and stuff like that, analyzing. And Devin said I had a chin. That proved that I had a chin. As in past tense. Didn't say, that proves that I got a chin. Yeah, I proved that I had a chin. And so many words, you know, one who's on that quick wit and quick thinking trying to be funny could say, damn, Devin, you saying you had a chin, so what? Ryan whooped it away? Ryan kept hitting you with hooks until you didn't have that chin no more. So Ramirez's job, when that question was asked, was a great answer back. It's my job to test the chin. That's my job. That's everybody's job in boxing, to test the chin. Whether you 30-0, 1-0, 1-1, 15-12, wherever your record is when you stepping into the ring, you're supposed to be testing the chin. So I felt in the way he was speaking like that wasn't the greatest question to ask, but the man did go ahead and let it be known. Yes, I plan on going out there and testing Devin's chin. Is Devin going to be ready for that? This is the question that has always been on my mind. You know, it almost sucks that he and Ryan are on the same card, because you know at some point throughout the build-up, questions are going to be asked of Devin about Ryan and vice versa, when they're not even facing each other. You know, these guys need to be concentrating on who's in front of them. Devin needs to be thinking about Barbosa and not Ryan, because if you can't get past if you can't get past Ramirez, because I called him Barbosa. If you can't get past Ramirez, there is no Ryan. Or maybe there is. But 2 back-to-back losses, that's not going to look too good. So, in my opinion, Devin has a nice, healthy assignment in front of him that he has to deal with. And I know people looking at it, probably looking at the Rolly-Ryan fight as a light one. You see, that's why you didn't give us... That's why you didn't just... Wait, what? That's why you just don't give... Oh, you don't just give anyone press credentials and the mic. That's what happens. I don't... Well, yeah, I guess you could say that question could have been posed a different way, or it should have just not been asked, because everybody does do that. We got my boy the Kane in the building. Ramirez, C10 Bradley. Okay. He giving us some info on going back to see a situation with somebody like that. Damn, I didn't get hot all of a sudden. The temperature just shot up in here. Yeah, you don't give press credentials to a guy who say, "Are you gonna test his chin?" But anyway, my thing about it is, everybody's supposed to test the chin. I'm looking to see what Devin is going to be able to do. But that question and the way Devin was on stage handled, he in between, I guess you could say a rock and a hard spot. You got Teo on one side, you got Ryan on the other side. Like I said, I almost hate that they're both on the same card, because the questions are going to be thrown back and forth. It's going to be almost missing the point that we got fighters that we fight, and you asking us about that. How easy do people think the Ryan Garcia fight against Rolly is going to be? I think they thinking it's going to be quite easy. And I don't want to throw a monkey wrench in the situation to put some bad energy out. But what if Rolly go out there and surprise the hell out of everybody and catch Ryan slipping? Not beat him or anything. I ain't gonna say you go out there and just beat him, but what if you go out there and get some good licks in on Ryan? And hey, possibly ain't no shame in saying beat him, freak it. He go out there and beat Ryan, that'll upset the whole apple cart. You know, I'm sure Rolly looking at it like, shit, don't look past me and think that I'm just some stepping stone for you to get to Devin Haney, and you just gonna overstep me like I ain't been here. And yeah, it was 8 years ago that I was whooping on your ass in sparring. That was 8 years ago. Rolly kind of off a little bit. That dude, they're crazy as hell because when they say, did you learn anything from the sparring back then? He said, I wasn't trying to learn nothing. I was just trying to whoop his ass. I wasn't trying to learn nothing. DeCane, let me throw this out there. If you got time and you can come through, man, come through. Speak on the girls' card that went by this weekend, man. That card was fire. Fire. Natasha Jonas and Lauren Price went, well, Natasha Jonas didn't go hard at all. But Lauren Price, she was running on all cylinders. Caroline Dubois was running on all cylinders. Closer toward the end, O'Shea started revving up some things on her, but she made good work of it. I can't remember the other two ladies' names in the other two fights, but they were all great fights. And yeah, that part. Beautifully did. Said everyone was dressed differently at the presser. And Rolly said Teo and Barbosa was dressed alike. Looking like oh my gosh, not Brokeback Mountain. You know what? I watched that presser and didn't pay attention to how anybody. Well, Devin had on like an Under Armour outfit. I can't recall them all looking alike. I recall Teo looking crazy as hell coming on there with that big ass barbarian type sword replica, talking about he was the giant slayer and every giant they put in front of him, he done slayed. When he fought Lomachenko didn't start off fighting for the first 4-5 rounds, you know what I'm saying, respecting the power of Teo. It was kind of an easy walk. He went out there against the Emperor from Aussie and got put on his ass. Of course, he put the Emperor down too, but he lost his belts. Started questioning if he still got it and all that kind of crap. I hope Arnold Barboza whoop his ass, man. I'm going to just keep it real. I hope Arnold Barboza whoop his ass. I don't care what anybody else thinks. That's what I hope. He said Rolly is a fool. Rolly's a damn fool. But I'm looking for Rolly to be Rolly and come out there and do the best he can. Do the best he can. I don't know how much of a chance how much momentum you would say he has, seeing that he's had a fight and Ryan's had to sit down for right about a year or so, I guess, because of the suspension or what have you. I don't really consider it a suspension. I consider it the same amount of time to sit out of a fight like they usually do after a fight. But I want to know what y'all think what's going to happen. It's a foregone conclusion. A lot of people think Ryan's going to beat Rolly. I'm pulling for Barbosa to beat Teo. That's how my vote is going as far as that fight goes. And honestly, Devin, Bill, Haney's, y'all got a tall order ahead of y'all, man. Now I know y'all fighting at a heavier class. Devin, I don't know how. The hell was that? I don't know how to put it out there, seeing that you I feel you, DeCane. I feel you. Do what you do whatever you if you get a chance, I'm gonna be here for a minute, I hope. What was I trying to bring up? Bringing up your opponent's height is a sign of mental weakness. Who did that? Was that Teo talking about somebody's height? Cause Barbosa got a little height on him. If Barbosa let his hands go and box and be prepared for Teo, and he used this anger that he has to him, he put it in his aggression, but don't let it don't make him have him overreacting. I think he'll be able to put on a great performance against Teo. Teo making fun of him, talking about he's 33 years old. Okay, he's in that prime wheelhouse, Teo. You making it seem like a 33-year-old is old. And like old boy asked, if a 33-year-old beat you, what does that say about you? Man, please let him win so that question can be posed. Because I'm sick of this boy. I am really, truly sick of Teo for all the wrong reasons. Not because he's a great fighter or he beating the fighters that I like or anything like that. Because of his mouth. That I can't fade with him or do nothing with him. I can understand people being mad at fighters because they beat their favorite fighter or they feel like the dude is weak or whatever. This dude here just you know what? This is the most I have to talk about him because he got a fight coming up. So I'm forced to if I want to speak about Barboza and the rest of these guys on this card. Speaking of, this is a Turkey Al-Sheikh card. And it also brings seeing that Turkey and Dana White and teamed up to start the TKO. I have to ask, what do you guys think TKO league is going to bring to the sport of boxing? I'm hearing opinions from both sides, from YouTubers, speaking on how it's going to mess up the thing. And, it's kind of strange that I've seen so many people spit out hate for Turkey Al-Sheikh for no reason. Oh, shoot, I just looked up. My bad. We got my brother Trey X in the building. He just slid through the back door. What's going on, bro? How you doing tonight?
I started to just let you cook. I said, this motherfucker here must want to do him a solo mission tonight. I ain't mad at him, though, because I know I can be overbearing when I jump on the motherfucking counter because I always got a lot to say and shit. So I say, man, maybe this is a good night to let my old school partner just connect with his audience instead of disrupting his flow, because I've been sitting back here for a whole minute.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here talking and looking around, and I'm lighting up this blunt. I look up and see you sitting there. I'm like, oh, my bad. Because I'm usually watching the screen, but tonight I'm just comfortable and just doing my thing. But I'm glad you're here. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, this nigga got Magic Johnson on the bench, man. Put me in the game, coach. Hey, I see.
You in now?
Yeah, I see somebody want to come see the Wizard, my boy Eric Orr, and I will gladly oblige your challenge. I'm gonna say that the odds, we got Eric R coming in kind of hot. He above me in the champ rows. He up in the top 10, looking pretty good. Triangle theory, I just lost to Gil Coles, but he just beat Gil Coles. So I guess conventional wisdom would say that Eric R should be the favorite. But he going against the Wizard. And on top of that, I know what I've been doing. I've been fucking myself out of first place for like 3 weeks in a row. Changing picks and doing stupid shit. Hell, I changed the Angel Barrientos pick after we got our bet council last week. I guess that was like some knee-jerk reaction shit, being a little bit emotional, because I was pissed. Because they done listed the fight at plus 200, and I done got the bet down. And then they sent me a letter, like a message, talking about they had to cancel the bet because they put up the wrong odds. Instead of plus 200, it should have been plus 105. And I was like, man, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm wrong or something. So I went and changed my pick to a majority decision. I had KO 7, and that was the bonus. And that right there would have had me in front of Eric R last week in third place. And also, if I just roll with my scale and take my boy Joey Gonzalez, because that motherfucker tough as hell, but he was coming off a layoff, but I didn't even consider the fact that it could have been a grade 1 layoff. It was some more shit. I did some stupid shit this past week. I definitely could have got first place this past week. So I know what I've been doing over here fucking up. So I think my upside is still a little bit higher than Eric R's, even though he ahead of me. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna be the slight favorite at minus 150, and we got Eric R at even money. Them the odds. Trey X minus 150, Eric R plus 100.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little gasoline to the fire because I don't know if you can see the chat. But he requested that I pin his call out up in the chat. Now, I warned him. I said the Wizards might see this come through, start casting spells. But I just got to be honest and let you know, hey, that's what's going on. I let everybody defend themselves. Y'all heard the odds. Eric R, he said, let's go. That's what he said. He said,
we going. Yeah, we going. Yeah, I'm sitting back there listening to you talk about the fights, and then You put me in when you move on to this other shit that I don't know nothing about, and don't nobody really know nothing about. I mean, we ain't seen nothing yet, so it's all just speculation. I be feeling uncomfortable even having them type of conversations. Like, what is this? What is the impact gonna be on the sport? How the fuck we supposed to know? We ain't seen nothing. This shit is in this infancy. They just announced it. We don't really know shit. So like, how can we really have a good conversation about it? We don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Well, I was listening to the seesaw of it, how it was being said that some people felt that Turkey turned his back on the zone and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, if he's starting the league and he having everybody fighting, they could fight everywhere. I heard what's his name, Eddie Hearn speaking about it, and he said that he think it's a good idea. He feel like they're gonna be getting some work in. Oscar De La Hoya, on the other hand, sounded like he was a little slighted. So that's why I was bringing it up. But we can go back straight to the fights. Forget what the league might bring because Turkey is involved with this card. What you got to say? What you want to talk about on the fights?
But I will say this about Turkey Al-Sheikh, and I don't really think this is speculation. I think this is what he's showing us. He's not really like, he's great for the sport, don't get me wrong, but he don't really come with like a benevolent type of attitude to me. It's more like an imperialistic type of attitude. Like, he really coming to take over some shit. Like, he ain't just come to be an ATM machine. You just get your money and make the fights. Like, now he trying to be a mover and a shaker. He trying to, like, he buying Ring magazine, and he going over niggas' heads and going straight to their fighters and getting them on his cards. And like, he a person that's trying to take over some shit. So I think this might be part of his vision. This is the speculation I throw out there. I do think what the moves he makes, he really trying to like be a strong centralized figure in the sport of boxing, and that's something that we ain't never had. Because just the way that the sport is built off the top, like, you got all the different state commissions and all this kind of shit. It ain't no strong centralized type of shit, and I think that's what he wants to bring to boxing. Whether it'll be good or bad, I don't know. I think it's a chance it could be good, just looking at the track work that he done showed us so far. But I definitely do think he trying to like be the Dana White of boxing, damn near. Some shit like that.
Yeah, I feel that. The mindset I would have to give to see, how he come up. Dude born with money, so he gonna have that kind of mindset. But coming in taking over, it is a business, and people trying to set their stakes. As long as they stay up under the Muhammad Ali Act and the fighters keep getting paid, and they can set it up where we can get a champion for each division, I'm cool with it. I'm not really too concerned about how much the money the promoters make because they really eating for free. I'm more concerned about the fighters getting to see good fights and them getting their money. Other than that, like I said, shoot, what you want to say about the fights coming up, bro?
We're talking about Teo and Barbosa. I,
That hoe.
I'm definitely thinking that Barbosa about to get this man a loss, more than likely. Because like I said, Teo done already told us out his own mouth what gives him trouble as tall fighters. Like, we saw him when he fought against Massayoshi Nakatani. All he had was a jab in the right hand. He ain't even had no hook. He wasn't throwing no uppercuts. It was just jab right hand. And he gave Teofimo all kind of problems. That was really one of my good predictions back in the day, because I had said during that live stream, I said, this is the guy that's going to bring him to earth. Just looking at the way he fight, because Teofimo Lopez, he about 5'8", and he got a 68-inch reach. The type of style that he fights is really better suited for like the Mayweather type of guys, or like a Crawford type of guy that got them long arms and shit and can, roll the right hand, come right back with the right hand, like on a lot of different opponents. Teofimo, he kind of like them guys that's more like his stature, like coming from 135, guys that's like a Lomachenko or something, like a 5'5", 5'6". When you start getting up in the 5'9" and 5'10", he started looking a little different. Also, I saw it from the opposite stance. Like, I actually gave him credit because back in the day when he would fight certain fighters, it's a goddamn southpaw that's a Mexican that had a tough fight with Isaac Dogbay. I can't think of his fucking name right now. But Teofimo Lopez got a stoppage over him with a double left hook. And I would give him props because he was finding angles on southpaws. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why I thought he might have had a little action at beat Lomachenko, even though I picked Lomachenko and ain't Crow. But I saw him fight against the tall Spaniard, the southpaw that just had a fight against Alberto Puello. A lot of people thought he won that fight too. Sandor Martin. He gave Teofimo some problems. A lot of people thought he beat him, but that was another taller guy. You know what I'm saying? I think this guy, Barbosa, he got enough to beat him, man. He got the height, he got the type of style. He gonna get a chance to be like a bull. I mean, a matador against the bull. He can fight him on the outside. That's the way he likes to fight. Now, if I'm looking at the pedigree, I would have to take Teofimo Lopez because he a 4. He an Olympian, and Barbosa ain't. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know much about his amateur background except that he fought in smokers. But I think stylistically he got enough to beat this guy. Plus, he coming in just fire hot. You know, he coming off a win over Ramirez. Then he went and beat Jack Catterall. Now he comes to this fight. Teofimo really ain't even been active. And he talking about he 33, nigga. We consider your prime to be from 24 to 34. So he right there at the tail end of his prime. Once you get to 35, we start treating you a little bit different. But 24, 34, you good. So I think he been wanting him for a while too. So you already know he been studying him. He been laying in the bed tonight thinking about how to beat the motherfucker and all that kind of shit that go with that. So I think he got enough to beat Teofimo, man. I think it's gonna be an upset.
This could be one of those fights where a guy wants you so bad when he get out there, he beat the brakes off of you and look like something that we've never seen before. And then his very next fight, go out there and get smoked. This could be that situation stepping up. Not wishing bad on nobody, but saying that he fight, you know he fought in the smokers, but you really don't know too much about him. How hard is it to win smoker fights? How would you rank those fighters that come out of there if you had to?
Yeah, smoke is tough. I mean, it's basically like it's like some sparring and shit, but you got a referee off in there, and it's serious business. Like you in there trying to win. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like a normal sparring session or something. Like you in there working on shit. Like you in there trying to knock a motherfucker out. And that's what he came up in. It's just like what you saw with the Mayweather gym where they was doing a doghouse shit. When they had that young guy that came from I think he came from England and he fought Hasim Rockman's son in the smoker because he beat up his little brother. So he wanted to get the revenge for a little brother, and they basically had a smoker. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be betting on the fights, and you know, it's way more intense than a regular amateur fight, that's for sure. You know, so hearing about him fighting in a bunch of smokers coming up, they let me know that he was doing some serious business, but I don't know how to compare that to like a national champion that won the national Golden Gloves or the U.S. Amateur Championships, or he won the Silver Gloves as a youngster, or National PAL. I don't know how to compare them to, but I do know if you came up fighting a lot of smokers, you came up in a lot of serious situations.
Okay. If I had to throw out an analysis of it or a comparison, would you say something like a Kimbo Slice coming from street fighting to going to the UFC and shining?
Nah, because the people that you fighting against, they real fighters. You ain't just fighting some guy from down the street that everybody think can fight. You know, that's like the difference between being funny on stage like a Mike Epps or being funny at the barbecue. It's a big difference between being on stage and being funny at the barbecue with your friends and your family. You know what I'm saying? So like a smoker, you might fight a smoker with a national champion. You know what I'm saying? Kimbo ain't fighting no national champions out there in the street, nigga. They ain't national champions or nothing. So yeah, smoker totally different situation than a street fight.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out something that you could line it up with and say this would be like that. But they fighters. They fighters. They just raising hell in a close to fight sparring session. Like the Rockman sons. I'm tripping on that when you spoke on it. I see the mama coming in there with the boy talking about, no, we get back. The mama was in on it.
Yeah, she was out for blood too.
Yeah, she
But
was
yeah, that's like
hot.
a smoker.
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel you can give us some smokers, some good ones if you find out who he was fighting and how tough they are. You know, apply the pedigree scale to that. I guess it could still work the same.
Man,
Give
just
you a
looking
better
at the way
outline
he
of it.
performing in the pros, it's already validated. Like he got some decent wins already. Beat Danielita Zorrillo. That's a motherfucking 4.5 on the scale. Just went out there and beat Catterall. Like I said, he beat Jose Ramirez. He done beat a few motherfuckers. So he already validated. Like he's somebody I done bet on and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's solid. I put him on like a 3.5 type of scale because that's what he been performing like.
Well, I hope he perform like a 9 when he come down to fighting Teo on the in Times Square. First time of this is the first time a fight's taking place in Times Square, right? Am I tripping? Or this is the first, right?
Shit, don't start me lying. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I've never heard of a fight taking place in Times Square. Or I'm sure it would have been mentioned by now. Some historian would have spit it out.
Yeah.
Derek also say, is that where the term "I want all the smoke" comes from? A smoker fight?
I have thought about that, but shit, the term smoker been around for a very long time. Wanting all the smoke, that shit is kind of recent where it blew up and got real popular. So I would say, and most people don't know about no smoker anyway. Like you can ask most boxing fans, they don't know about no damn smoker. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see the correlation, even though it's similar.
Oh, I'm thinking I'm saying something. Going to one of the things, uh, AI Meets and Music say they cutting out the tweener divisions in their league. Going back to that TKO thing, the tweener divisions. I'm asking him, is that the smaller divisions, like the 140s and down, or 135s and down, or something? They just going for big boys.
He said tweener division. That mean if they doing 135, 147, 160, 175, like that. They ain't doing no 140. They ain't doing 154. They ain't doing all that type of shit. Them tweener division, 168. What he describing sound more like a UFC model because they ain't doing that shit over there either. They got lightweight, welterweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, heavyweight. That's the way they do their shit. So it sounds like a UFC type of model.
Kind of almost like going back toward the old school way when they had less division, less weight classes.
Yeah, the original 8.
Oh, that could stand to be something. So boxing will still have a flourish of two sides, flooding, where you can get your nourishment from both sides of it. It's just going to depend on where the stars sit as far as the casual fans eye is determined. So seeing that, you think I'm hoping that Barbosa whoops down T.O. What's your thoughts on I go Rolly Ryan?
I was just thinking about that shit. With the no tweener divisions, I guess that would the people that's already fighting at the non-tweener division, you know, the original 8 divisions, they ain't really much gonna change with them. But the people that do fight in the tweener divisions, they gonna have to move up for the most part. I guess some of them could move down. Like if they fought at 168, they can go to 160. I would think that's kind of rare because they already squeezing down to 168 for the most part. So they probably gonna have to go to 175. That's gonna cause a significant number of fighters have to fight closer to their natural weight class. So that is something that I do like about it.
Seeing that we're under the assumption, and it's natural, we're under the assumption that all the fighters are going to agree. All of the favorite fighters are going to agree. That's the part we have to wait to see if what fighters agree and what fighters don't.
It's gonna be fighters that agree though.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's too many fighters in the game that ain't getting fights all the time, that want consistent action. That's what fighters want more than anything. They want fights. And even if the top guys they don't want to participate, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna jump in there. So they're gonna have some action, man. And if it end up being like that, I actually kind of like that a little bit. Because I don't want to get to the point where only the top 10 fighters of each division are relevant. That's what I don't want that for the sport. I want number 25 versus number 30 to still be relevant because it's like a prospect or something that's trying to move up. I don't want to get to the point where we don't give a fuck. We just want to see the best fight the best only. Like, no, I want to see all the fighters fight. You know what I'm saying? So if it ended up being like where the top fighters, they don't want to be involved, but them secondary fighters and tertiary fighters, whatever I'm supposed to say, if they want to be involved, I'm cool with it.
Okay. So it does open up the doors for a lot of the other fighters that people don't get a chance to see or hear their names or know anything about them. This will give them a chance to get some action and snatching some eyes. So it's a good thing if it works out that way. You know, we speculating, but I've noticed we speculated on some things before. I won't say the channel's name, but they end up doing some work on what we spoke on after we spoke on it. You know, running around, somebody eavesdropping, bro. That's what I'm saying. Hyphy said, hi. Hope everyone is having a great day. Fight Shakur. Let Shakur hands be all the way tight and let him get straight. And I don't even know who we talking about fighting them because right now we sitting in Times Square or getting ready to and speaking about what's taking place with them. Ryan and Rolly. I hope Ryan ain't overlooking Rolly. He say he not. You know, Rolly goofy as hell. It's hard to really get a read on the dude because he say any and everything at any point in time. You know, he talking about whooping his ass from 8 years ago in a sparring match. I can't honestly say, or should I say, I can honestly say that I have not seen any growth in Rolly. Since I've watched Rolly, Rolly actually looks the same to me as I've always seen it. I don't see no wrinkles in his game, no different facets, nothing. He's the same dude every time.
And he showed improvement in his last fight though. But this the thing though, this ain't the same Rolly. This motherfucker Rolly that fought Ryan sparring 8 years ago. This ain't the same guy. He ain't even got the same personality. This man don't have nothing. He ain't got no chance. The only chance he got is Ryan ain't fought in a while. He coming off a layoff. That's the only chance this man got. This man, since he done had all this bravado and all this shit, this motherfucker, he really got beat by Jackson Maringuez, but they robbed him, man. He really got beat by that old man, Barroso or something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that Southpaw that went to Japan and got knocked the fuck out. He really beat Rolly, man. He done got his ass thrashed by Pitbull. Like, that was some life-changing shit. Like, you don't even feel the same about yourself after going through something like that. How can you still feel like you're a bad motherfucker? You done went through that with Pitbull. You didn't have nothing. You didn't offer no resistance. You already done got knocked out by Tank, looking like Martin when he got knocked out by Hitman Hearns, laying on the ropes. This is not the same guy. If this was a few years ago before he went through all of that, okay, I'd be like, yeah, don't overlook Rolling. But shit, he 28-10 amateur record that they got online. They say he only got 10 amateur fights, and he don't look like it a lot of the time. I did see some slight improvement in his last fight when he fought that 2.5 that got stopped by Abdullah Mason. But shit, that's gonna be even worse for him because at first he was willing to take chances and crash the pocket and get up in there. Now he want to sit back and play chess a little bit. See, that's what happens when fighters get knocked the fuck out. They don't want to be that killer no more sometimes. Sometimes they want to sit back and try to box like a Jerry Hurd or somebody like that. They don't want to take punches, so they want to try to get more slick, have more defense. So he going to try to play chess with Ryan. So that's going to give him a better chance of getting knocked out. If he had the style that he had before where he was getting up in there and making Ryan turn his back and freeze up and shit like in the sparring, he would have a better chance. But now he going to try to play chess with Ryan. He going to get his ass slept.
This man said that's what happened when the fighter get their ass knocked out. They start trying to play. Hold up. I don't want to play checkers no more. Let's play chess. What you know about chess? I'm about to show you. At least I can sit back here and put my hand up under my chin like I'm really thinking about it.
Yeah.
He'd have knocked the aggression out that man. That's what you
Yeah. Motherfucker ain't even thought about no footwork and no defense. Go out there and get knocked the fuck out. Come out talking about, hey, coach, what was you talking about? Shit, yeah, let's work on that defense, nigga. Let's work on the jab. Let's work on some footwork because I don't want to take all them punches no more. That shit hurts. He done got stopped twice now. You know what I'm saying? He got stopped by Tank. He got stopped by Pitbull. He ain't trying to go through that, bro.
Not to mention he got that footage after Tank. You know, he got knocked out. He got dropped in sparring with the left. He's susceptible to that left.
Yeah,
I got a question. Go ahead. What you gonna say about it?
No, I was just saying he ain't got nothing.
Nothing. Oh man, Ryan got it pretty much. If Ryan go out there in shape, ready and do what he got to do, he got a cakewalk in front of him. Hyphy posing the question: how do you guys feel about 2 pay-per-views back to back, May 2nd and May 3rd? The question is, who throwing rocks at who? Are both of those cards part of the Riyadh season? I'm thinking so. I don't think nothing about it because one of them I ain't really too interested in watching. Skull and Canelo, I ain't really worried about watching that. I'm more interested in seeing what's going to take place with Devin and Ramirez and Teo and Barboza. I'm really interested in those 2 fights. I want to see what's going to happen with them. I could wait for Canelo if that Terrence Crawford fight come to play. I'll wait until then. Other than that, I don't feel nothing about it.
Shit, more than likely it's gonna have a reasonable price. Even though I don't know with Canelo though, they might try to charge some more money for Canelo. But if it's reasonable, I ain't tripping. I'll buy it.
Okay. Eric R said, yeah, he gonna have to be nose to nose if he wants a chance. And his punch resistance is trash. He talking about Rolly. Well, hey, going off of what Ryan showed us in his last fight, he able to clip you coming in. He able to clip you going out. If you're not on the telephone, and Rolly, for whatever reason, just as susceptible to a left hook as Devin Haney has shown to be.
If this was before the Pitbull fight, I would give him a little chance. You know, he got caught with a shot that he didn't see coming against Tank. But against Pitbull, he just got beat down for 8 straight rounds. It wasn't even quick and painless like a first round knockout or something. It was literally an 8-round beat down. Do y'all remember how bad that fight was for Rolly, man? When he fought against Pitbull Cruz? Yeah. This man got the brakes beat off of him, man. And look, his personality ain't been the same since. He ain't been showing all that bravado. He ain't been showing all that aggression. He been a different guy, you know. So, yeah, I think he changed him in that fight, man. Pitbull
whooped him for that Chihuahua comment. Rolly called him and he said he looked like a Chihuahua or something. Pitbull took offense to that. And went out there and brought the pain to him. He knew he could step on the gas against Rolly, and it wasn't nothing Rolly was going to be able to do about it. Having the confidence that he been in there with Tank, he feel like he beat Tank. He knew he was going to step on Rolly, in my opinion.
And then if you look at the scale he posted to, that's 73-15 going against 28-10. How long is 28-10 supposed to be hanging around with all these 206-15 and 215-15 motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you see what happened when he stepped in the ring with him. It's automatic evidence. The conversation outside the ring was good and swell until he actually he actually got himself in the ring with him. Prior to that, his knockouts and everything was looking decent. Rolly got power. Rolly this, you know, people were saying. Until he actually got in the ring with one of the upper echelon fighters. Then you saw who he really is. Devin fighting at 147, bro. Or at least that's what they said at welterweight.
I heard him say 144.
No, when they were speaking today, he said, well, 144, that's welterweight.
Yeah, but we know it's the catch weight though.
So they put the cap on. Oh shit! They should have just let it be. Man, they should have just let it be. She putting the cap weight on that for catch weight on that for. You don't fight at 140 no more. I don't know what to say, man. Devin been gone for a minute. He said he been behind the scenes, working out and practicing and getting together, sharpening his tools. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect. You've been gone for a long time. You got beat up. You got beat up. Like you said, it was a painful beat up. You keep getting dropped throughout the whole fight. You did fight back. You did get up and everything. But like the dude questioned at the presser, he said, you know, what you think his chin is like? Asking Ramirez. Because he asked him if he was gonna test his chin, which Ramirez gave a beautiful reply by saying, shit, that's my job to test the chin. I think Bill mad because, you know, Devin did good in the press conference. He held his own, I guess. You know, I don't know what you expect the person to say, how you expect him to answer. He rebutted by saying, you know, I kept getting up, so that proved I got a chin. And I'm like, that kind of don't prove that, in my opinion, but, you know, I don't know. You didn't get knocked out, so I guess it proved you don't have a get knocked out chin. Huh. But we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. Because Ramirez, he sees it. He ain't squeezing down to 140 pounds. He gonna be able to bring some action. I got a feeling Devin gonna be trying to box. That's what he does, you know. Sticky move. I can't see him doing anything else. I got nothing to go by except what he got his ass whooped, how he got handled. I'm not gonna say how he got his ass whooped, how he got handled in his last fight. Now I'm thinking about it, the questions that was asked at the press conference, they were fair questions, you know. They were fair questions. Bill Haney just upset. What you say if you don't have a comeback? The best thing is to say, well, we should see come fight night. That's the best thing to say. We'll see come fight night. But I've always had my reservations of what or who Devin Haney should come back to fight. What touch he should have. What kind of touch he should have. You know, something that could be a confidence builder. You know, dare I say, this fight right here could be the effects of Turkey out of shape. Trey said, you know, Turkey gets your ass whooped because you know that money dangle in front of you, and you will forget what's really going on and what you need to be paying attention to and taking care of. Could this be one of those situations where Devin could end up biting off more than he could chew in Ramirez? Don't know. Sit back and wait and see. But I don't know if I would have picked this dude to be his comeback fight. For what you call it, for a confidence builder. This is not the challenge that I think I would have placed in front of Devin. And the only thing I could think of saying that, because I spit it out and said this is a Turkey effect, is money. And what seems to drive Bill, money. Devin is just finna be a casualty if I'm thinking correct, because one, it seems like they kind of made themselves get on this card by going to England when Turkey then was all over there. Devin didn't even need to go over there. But I think this is a bad fight for Devin.
Yeah, I mean, he in a situation like Turkey is a guy that's trying to put on good fights and he's trying to put on good cards. He ain't trying to build you the right way. He ain't trying to move you the right way. That ain't his job. He's not interested in that. So, yeah, if you coming off a loss and you coming off a long layoff, yeah, he can get you fucked up. And I think this gonna be tough. He going against a former Olympian, a former unified champion, somebody that's very tough. He ain't never been stopped or no shit like that. Got a good left hook, head movement, bob and weave. Got a good coach, Robert Garcia. We got him going against Bill Haney. We talked about that last time. The dude is 5'10". And I done seen Devin Haney do his best work against shorter guys like Kambosos, for example. Even when he had like a little bit taller, Ramirez had caught him at the end of a combination. Had him holding for the next 3 rounds and all that kind of shit. Yeah,
you
this
him at the end.
yeah, this somebody that's gonna come fight, man. This ain't no tune up. This ain't no confidence builder. This is a real fight. If he do beat this guy, I'm looking at 7-5 or something like that. I don't think it's gonna be nothing major. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, taking what you just said, it'd be a great way for Bill and them. If he wins, that'd be exactly the narrative they'll probably try to paint. This guy wasn't no confidence builder fighter. This guy wasn't no easy touch. This was a hard touch. You know how it can be built up if they get to win. I don't know how they're gonna break it down if they get the loss. But something it's weighing heavy on me. I'm not gonna even lie. This fight is weighing heavy on me because, in my opinion, the eye test is not good for Devin, for me, for his situation, where he's coming from. It's just not. But I ain't in control of his career. And like I'm gonna say, the turkey effect, the money effect, the Bill effect, Devin is gonna be affected.
We'll see. He definitely got a tall task in front of him, man. But I'm looking forward to the card, man. What's the other card? That's the other fight that's on there. We got Teofimo Barbosa. We got Devin Haney and this guy right here, Ramirez. What's the other fight?
It's Rolly and Ryan.
Yeah, Rolly and Ryan. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, so we done went through all the fights then.
Did you watch the girl fights?
No, I didn't watch them closely.
Oh,
man. I had a lot of shit going on. I tried to catch the results, but I ain't watched them closely though.
Man, Natasha Jonas, bro, she got washed. She just couldn't keep up with Lauren Price. Lauren Price she was just clearly faster than Jonas. She was landing jab. She would step forward with a jab, then double jab. Bouncing on her toes, then triple jab. Sometimes quadruple jabbing, putting a hook in there on her. A couple of times, Tracy, Jonas would shoot a jab out, right? And Lauren would throw a hook so fast that she would catch Jonas, knock Jonas off balance before Jonas' jab finish extended. This is how she was doing her. Jonas got a couple of good body shots in, and she landed a couple of good hooks because you could see her trying to walk old girl into something. But Lauren, she was on her toes the whole fight, bro. She was because the way she started off, when she started letting her hands go, even though she wasn't touching, she was just feeling out. You could see the difference in the speed. But once she started connecting, hitting in angles, she come in, drop, pop, 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 1, 2, 3, 1 to the body, 1 to the body, 1 to the head, step out the way. Jonas throw a hook or a sweeping hook that was so slow. Like I said at the beginning, like she was glitching. It was. I thought she would, slow down like 4 or 5, but she didn't. Lauren kept the same intensity, the same amount of energy, the same movement, the same hand speed. At some points, it looked like she was toying with Jonas, the way she was stepping back, so smooth and swaggered, like with confidence. Like, it ain't nothing you can do with me, girl. Stop punching. Look out. That's how she was doing it, in my opinion. She looked good in that fight, bro. She looked good. And looking at the way she was built, she looked like she's in shape and built for the task of being a boxer. I don't know what all I can say about it except that she was the younger woman, out with the old, in with the new, prevailed. And it looked like she got skills. It looked like she's gonna be a formidable 147. I think that's where she at. I think she's gonna be a formidable opponent for. She's gonna be a good champion.
She a 5 too. Shit, nigga, that's an Olympic gold medalist. So basically, you telling me she looked like an Olympic gold medalist. I did
Boy,
turn on
it
the
was.
fight from time to time and shit. It was really hard for me to get reception because I was on the move and I had to watch that shit on that free stream shit. But whenever I did pull it up, I saw Jonas couldn't do nothing with her. And you talking about you expected the girl to get tired. I mean, they only going 10 2-minute rounds. So shit, niggas, like, she probably gonna have energy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
She had it.
Natasha Jonas, she 40 now. So, and plus she done had some questionable decision victories, like when she beat Michaela Mayer. A lot of people thought she lost that fight, including me, the Kane, a lot of people. So she was due for a loss. And she got the computer printout of what she didn't need. A young up and coming 5, Olympic gold medalist, whole bunch of confidence. Yeah, she didn't even know who she was fighting. She thought she was fighting Becky Price. Nah, but you fighting Lauren Price. And you're in trouble. Well, that's cold. She didn't even know who she was fighting, nigga. She didn't even know she had a Olympic gold medalist coming to town, nigga. She thought she fighting Becky Price. But yeah, I ain't surprised, man. I saw the score and it said that she won every round.
In my opinion, she won. She won every round. She was quick on the draw. Um, uh, Natasha just she had nothing for her. She had nothing for her. If you want to, some people want to say she was aged out. Okay, then she was just too old, over the hill. It was nothing that she was bringing to the table for that girl Price, except the fact that she was there to be punched on. How about that?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna have to jump off, man. I can't even fucking concentrate and talk boxing, man. I got too much shit going on over here.
Oh,
So
I
yeah, I
got you,
gotta
bro.
jump off.
Do
Yeah,
your
man.
thing. Do your
Appreciate you
thing.
letting me get on, man. I'll be listening. But yeah, I
All
got
right.
too
All
much
right.
shit. All right.
Hope everything go well for our brother. It's gonna be tight for him. Well, anyway, like I was saying, Natasha Jonas had nothing for Price. Price was cooking that girl, man. Cooking her. I mean, in and out. Hitting her with the angles, catching her with the body shots. But the most impressive thing to me, like I said, how she threw that hook as Jonas was throwing her jab, catching her with the hook, and getting out the way before the jab fully extended. This is what this Olympian, Lauren Price, was doing to Natasha Jonas. I am not fabricating this story when I say this girl's hand speed was miraculous. It was at times it was like, did she really hit her? That's how fast she was letting the hands go. When I say that, she piston like jab. She used a power jab. She was stepping with the jab. And then, she got that get back mentality. Price was showing that get back mentality. If Natasha landed something that seemed solid, instantly Lauren Price was like trying to get that back. Instantly. She was not leaving anything to turn. She was starting the exchanges. She was ending the exchanges. It was a beautiful exhibition of skills that she put on display going against Natasha Jonas. A great exhibition. I mean, great, lovely. I enjoyed watching this lady work in the ring. I enjoyed it. And like I said, her build, she got this muscular build. I don't say this about too many people, but she looked like a warrior. When they had the camera on and she was standing in the corner, she just looked like, she had this look to me like, yeah, we finally here. I could see a hidden evil grin behind that stone face that she was carrying. But she went out there and went to work. She went out there and went to work. And all I can say, hats off to Natasha Jonas. Lovely career. She stood up. She didn't quit. She didn't quit. She gave as good as she could. She let her hands go as fast as she could. She just couldn't find the target. She couldn't find the mark as often. And even when she did land, Price overshadowed that and stole whatever shine she got from landing the good punch by landing her own, by letting go on letting loose with a combination, pivoting out, catching Jonas with a 1-2. Oh man, all the things that you would like to see on display in a fight, you actually got a chance to see it with Jonas and Price. I gotta say that was a great fight, man. A great fight, a goosebumps give you kind of fight. That's how it was. Eric also said, that's what I like to see, that warrior mentality, coming to conquer. Yeah, that's exactly, you know what I'm saying? On the cool, bro, that's exactly how she looked to me. The camera had a certain angle on her after they showed Jonas, and I'm sitting there thinking in my mind, you know, looking at Jonas, looking at Price, and saying, oh man, the Jonas just look, you know, she looked like, as Hyphy would say, like you know, a model girl that could fight. Not taking nothing away from her. She like, but Price looked like, if you want to say she was a model girl, but she looked like a model girl that you would put up and say, this is a warrior carrying a sword and a shield ready to go to battle. She had that look on her face like, I am finally here. Natasha Jonas, I'm sorry, but you got to give me your belts. I'm on a mission right now. She done already screamed that she looking for the other champion. Let it be known. Price is here. What, seeing this card, the way she fought, the way they fought, the way Price fought, I have to highlight Price. The way Caroline Dubois fought. Man, I can't think of the other ladies' names. DeCane, put them in the chat for me, man. The way all those ladies fought. Oh my goodness. The way they fought. If you a boxing fan, if you like boxing, watching, if you saw Natasha and Price fight, if you saw that fight, you as hype as I am. If you saw Caroline Dubois and Bomi Rishin, if you saw that fight, you was crunk. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I am not going to lie to you. Daniel Dubois' little sister, she got hands. She got hands and she's got skills. If it sounds like I'm kind of amping it up and being crunk about it, yes, I am. Why? Because they deserve it. They deserve it. I don't know what they got as far as in the big girls divisions to be dealing with Clarissa Shields, because that would be, I would love to see more of the women across the pond come to the States. Bring that smoke to the States. Because I do believe, as Oscar De La Hoya would say, I do believe that there is a lot of talent across the pond that lies within the waters of the women's boxing. Enough talent that I believe could come over here and make great action in the States with some of the girls that we missing out. We missing out. We got Michaela Mayer over here that's giving what she can. I like Michaela Mayer. Alicia Baumgartner, if you want to call her out, I don't know if she proved if she's clean or not. I'm just saying we got her over here. You know, the Quote over here. You got the hard-hitting diva over here. We got talent that should be mixing. We should really be getting these lady fights like we getting these guys. The guys got enough competition over here. Turkey out of shape. It's getting things shook up. Whether it's good or bad, you know, the jury is still out. For those of us who consume boxing, that like boxing, that enjoy the sport, then it's good for the point. If it's a hostile takeover, as my brother, he didn't put it as a hostile takeover. He just said it's a businessman with a takeover. I'm going to say hostile part. If it's a hostile takeover and it's shaking up boxing, well, at least they can't turn it into a cappuccino show. It's going to still be fighting. It's going to still be boxing. We just going to have to see what we gain out of it. We do know Congress has made moves in the past. That's where the Muhammad Ali Act come from. So fighters don't get screwed with their money, so they can't get done like Mike Tyson did with Don King. And all that stuff is gone. It's some operating rules that have to that will govern what goes on with this TKO and all this stuff. I'm pushing out because, like I said, man, let me calm down. Okay, now Caroline Dubois, her fight, nothing like Price and Jonas, but a lot like Price and Jonas. A lot like Price and Jonas, as in the fact Dubois had a Korean fighter. I believe Shin is a Korean fighter. I don't believe she speaks English. I could be wrong, but the way she was shaking her head, yeah, like she understood what was going on. Only people who don't understand what is being said shake their head and smile like that when the referee was talking to him to start the fight. Not being funny, I'm just saying that's what I saw. Now, ding, the bell rings. It seems like the Korean fighter, which is Shin, is a little slower foot, slower pace, slower hand. And Dubois is taking advantage of that. She's getting the jab off. She's going ripping some good shots to the body. Good shots to the body. They had some sound to them. They some sound effects coming off the shots that she was sending in. She was going to the body and to the head. She was using a jab. She was using angles. She was boxing from the outside beautifully. Beautifully. And then she decided that they were going to fight in close quarters. And when I say she decided, whether she decided to stop moving, whether Shin did something to cut the ring off to make them be face-to-face, close quarters going at it, Dubois, Caroline, as they call her across the pond, sweet Caroline Dubois, showed that she got handwork and power and popping shots on the inside. She was ripping body shots, leaning over and digging in, coming up to the top. She was rocking old Shin now and then. Shin wasn't going away though. Shin was like, yeah, I might not be as fast as you, but I'm going to keep working the same program. I'm going to keep on bringing it the same way. Keep stepping forward trying to get to you. And eventually, just like Novocaine, I only run 4 plays. Just like Novocaine, it always worked. That's what Coach said. And remember the Titans to the other coach, the defensive coach. Y'all know Denzel. He was the head coach. That's what he told him. That's what Shin was trying to let Caroline Dubois know. I'm still working. I'm still plugging away. You looking good right now, but at some point, I'm going to catch up with you. At some point. But at the point that Dubois, in my opinion, Caroline decided to meet her in the middle of the ring, it was exciting. It was fireworks. It was fireworks. Dubois was showing the fact that she could stick and move in the trenches, duck punches, slip punches, block punches, and send off that work. And then when she was ready, she was able to exit out the back door without being touched. This was earlier in the fight. But in the championship rounds, something changed a little bit. I don't know if Dubois' tank has started to feel, get a little depleted or what. I'm guessing that she got a little tired because Shin never stopped coming forward. She never stopped trying. And once she finally got caught up and Dubois slowing down just a hair, she was able to get some good licks in. To the point that I was like, oh man, Dubois, you better not go down. You better not go down, Caroline. You better not go down. Fight back. And I can say, hold a little bit, hold. Which, that's exactly what the announcers were saying. But Caroline was like, man, forget that. I'm letting these hands go. I'm swinging. We both tied. I ain't going out like that. I'm going to give a good fight. I'm going to give a good showing. She throwing the left and the right and the left and the right. She's swinging, letting the hands go. But Shin is doing the same thing. She is letting her hands go wide. Some of her shots are wide and could be a reason why she wasn't able to land as often. But she was making it happen, man. And the bell rang, and I was like, wow. That was a hell of a fight. That was a great fight. Phenomenal. 2 fights on the same night, same card. The Price fight and then the Dubois fight. Yes. Yeah, I would love to send them to America, let them make some noise on a constant, regular. I'm willing to bet they names to shine. I think they names to get some shine over here. I think they names would get some shine over here. I'm trying to think of, they had, oh my goodness. It was 2 more fights. One of the young ladies got such a unique name. I can't remember her name right now. What is this lady's name? Y'all just bear with me for a hot second because I'm trying to remember. But all the fights were fire. Every last one of them. Every last one of the fights was fire. But one of the ladies' fights, she was like, she was a tall fighter. I can't remember her name, but once she like shook off her little ring rust or whatever, she started letting her hands go. And she edged off her fight. Man, what are the name of the other 2 fighters? The other 2. Y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. I watched these fights and I can't remember these ladies' names. Sad. But the ladies across the pond showed up and showed out. I got to take my hat off to them. Say thank you. Thank you very much for the endeavor and the beautiful boxing that I got a chance to ingest and shoot. What else can I say? So hey, my mind keep going back to Devin Haney and how I don't think this is a good fight. What would make you run and go and jump on this? Be such a hurry? Why would you be in such a hurry to jump into a fight? Could you think that this man is slow or old? You can't be thinking that. You can't be thinking that. He's an Olympian. He's an ex-champion. He's got a lot going for him. He's ring savvy. He's been in some battles. Come on, man. Devin, if you honestly really look at it, been in one battle and he came out on the bad end of it, and that's with Ryan. Going back to, was it Ramirez that, like you said, he, instead of him throwing a 1, 2, 3, he threw a 1, 2, 3, 4, and that 4 caught Devin on the chin, and it just so happened to be lucky enough that the bell rang. But the world saw when Devin stepped how his legs did the chicken walk. Even Ramirez had turned around and was like leaning forward with his arms out behind him, like, yeah, looking at the way he was walking to the ring. So he licking his chops because he had 2 or 3 rounds left. But Devin did a lot of holding. He did a lot of holding. It was almost as if that punch was so devastating to him that night that he never really regained himself. He did a lot of holding. But he was, I don't know, I can't say what he'll revert to if he gets in trouble in this fight, because he continued to get up against Ryan. He held, which, people, a lot of fans would say he did the smart thing. He did hold to stay out of trouble in the Ramirez fight. If I'm saying that, if I'm calling out the right person. But we just got to see what's going to happen on the 2nd. I had to come in here and talk. What y'all think about Teo slapping? Give me something. What y'all think about Teo slapping when he slapped Barboza? Did y'all see that video? Because I saw it on, it's a short, I think it's Fight Hype or something like that. Fight Hype. I saw it on there. If y'all haven't got a chance to see it, go check it out. He slapped the boy's head. It was loud. It echoed in the place. And Teo Senior's, who it sounds like in the background, was really amping Teo up. Yeah, he started and all this. He really talking that talk. I did not know that Barboza was being trained by Robert Garcia. Oh no, I'm thinking of the wrong fight. I'm thinking that Robert Garcia training Ramirez against Bill Haney. We did talk about that last week. I don't know what my mind tried to put it on somebody else. That is something else that we spoke about, because you're talking about a trainer who used to be a boxer that was a champion, that has trained champions. And he just got him a new gym. I saw that they was interviewing. He just got him a new gym, and he got some stars on the floor. And he gave a reason for those stars, which I think is a real cool move. He got his fighters, they come in there, and he feel like in one day they're going to be a world champion, and that star is for them so they can put their name in that star as a world champion when they reach that goal. Trying to help the youth stay out the streets and have something to look forward to. I never really looked at Robert Garcia in an eye of give him more time than what he needed. I watched him as a boxer. That was it. Give him his time as a trainer. But listening to him talk sometimes, other than fights, and hearing him speak about helping other fighters and things like that, I seem to recognize the genuine note in him, and I appreciate him for that. This was a quick one. I hope everybody enjoyed everything. If y'all got some stuff y'all want to talk about, I'm here. But I'm about to take a quick. See, I think Devin didn't want to risk fighting the natural 147 guy, so he looked for a former champion to go up with. Yeah, I feel you on that, Eric R. But with that being said, he just it makes it easier for Ramirez as well, because Ramirez don't have to squeeze down to 140. It's like it's the same cup of soup for both guys. Devin don't have to squeeze down to 140, and Ramirez don't have to squeeze down to 140. So yeah, I can see they going up together, and yeah, shoot, the table's still gonna be even. Ramirez, slow down. I guess what I'm getting at is Devin got beat up, and then he was gone for a year. And the first fight he's coming back to is, it's commendable, but the first thing he's coming back to is an Olympian who's an ex-champion who still got gas in the tank, who is not an easy walk in the park at all. At all. My boy Hyphy said, "Ibsy, go take a little music break. We here. I appreciate y'all riding, and I am about to go on and do that. Let me go ahead and pull something. I need to reload what's going on here. But I'm going to go on old school real quick and hit y'all while I keep moving, because I got to fill up my cup. I'm a little thirsty. But y'all ride with me. I'll be right back.
Worry about no problems. There's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket for my windows. Everywhere to see. I keep moving. Always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving. You never know who's wrong or who's right. Worry about no problems. There's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket for my windows. Everywhere to see. I keep moving. Always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving. Never know who's truly on your side. I'm a rich, golden, dead white boys. You know the dead ones get stacked up. When you walk into a strip club, tossing up while hoes act up. Niggas look strange, I know strange back. You got a problem, you don't really want that. That alcohol got you thinking. You walk in, don't make me disprove that. Now I'm trying to let you make it, my nigga, just let it be. But that devil off of me, so you gon' come fuck with me. Now I'm gonna make it home and you might not let there be new scripture. If you cross the line, I can guarantee you I'll let that be hit you. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no ticket on my windows, everywhere to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know
born moving like soul to soul. Penetrate your mind, let your conscience flow. Like water from the aquifer. Look within the ocular and see your dependencies. For the Hennessy, take a sip. Lyrical clip full of hollow tip. Got a mic with a firm grip when I spit. Have brothers like a mental shit.
Niggas killing me with this mother shit that you hear. Ability to speak with clarity is so unclear.
But I'ma need you to step your game up. Cause if not, you would trust us a lame duck. I'ma call you superhead cause the game sucks. Keep it moving in your lame truck. Run.
There's no problem with me. I don't need no tears upon my windows. Let me ready to see. I keep moving. Always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving. You never know who's wrong or who's right. Worry about the problems. There's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears upon my windows. Let me ready to see. I keep moving. Always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving. You never know who's truly on your side.
Niggas killing me with this mother shit that you hear. Ability to speak with clarity is so unclear.
I said niggas be talking crazy, hold up, don't make them wait. I don't chase after hoes, I really maintain. Okay, let's get that straight. Nah, back to the grill when the niggas got beat. Yes, man, gon' bring your stage. By the time you realize we got a problem, then it's too late. I don't worry about the problems, there's no problem.
Hold on. There we go. All right, so we back. We back. Talking about the Times Square card. Talking about the ladies in boxing that's from over on the other side of the pond over there where Yasser be representing. So big ups to Yasser and all the ladies over there that's fighting. Yasser, hot boy. So, quick story for you before we jump back onto the boxing and stuff. The other day I went to go pick up my granddaughter. Yes, I went to go pick up my grandbaby Scrams, you know. I'm going to meet her halfway. Her mom going to bring her from Houston. So I stopped at the Buc-ee's, you know what I'm saying? I stopped at the Buc-ee's because I had to use the bathroom. So I go in the bathroom, I'm using the bathroom. You know, it's like a truck stop. You know, people in and out of there, coming in and out, little kids with their parents, dads and stuff like that. So I'm washing my hands. And I noticed this little Caucasian kid is watching me intensely. So I'm washing my hands, I look at him, I smile at him. And he's looking, little red cheeky, he's just looking up at me. And I go to the dryer and dry my hands, and I walk out, and as I'm going around the corner of it, he says, Dad, Uncle Mike said black people don't wash their hands, they're dirty. His dad said his Uncle Mike was a fool. But I'm just saying, y'all hear how little kids could absorb things when people be saying, I don't know who the fuck Uncle Mike is. But he pretty screwed up going around telling stories like that about people. Let me see. Yes, Devin's brand can't afford to take any more backlash. It's at risk, but not the risk than a Barrios loss. That would make two former tank victims he'd lost to. One, let's just say, I'm trying to think, because I've heard people say that, in their opinion, Mario is the weakest champion at 147. The backlash, you threw a good one in there by saying two tank victims. He lost, taking a loss to both two tank victims. Well, I don't know how much better this is with Ramirez. At this point, Eric, in my opinion, a loss is going to hurt either way. You know how judgmental fans are. You lose to Barrios, you lost to a champion. Yeah, he lost to Tank, but people mad at Tank right now, so they'll say he lost to Tank, but Tank made him drain down to 140 when he was, he couldn't make 140 no more. They'll help cook the narrative up. You know how things go. But in my opinion, losing to Barrios, you losing to a champion. But why would you? Why would you come back to face a champion? And then I guess, because it just popped in my head, people will scream, Devin is champion in recess or something like that? Or does that still count, seeing that he gave up the belts at 140? It's a lot of things that swirl around that. So At this moment right now, Devin has to navigate these waters, or should I say Team Haney needs to navigate these waters very cautiously. And it is my opinion right now that Bill didn't learn a lesson from the Ryan Garcia fight. Because there's no way, in my opinion, as a trainer, promoter, whatever, for Devin, would I put him in a fight with somebody this dangerous this early after what's went on in his career. You got to remember, he still got some of the cloud hanging over him for the attempted suing of Ryan Garcia, which is the craziest thing because did they sue or did they not sue? Did they sue and then pull it back? What happened with all that? But you made a lot of noise about the loss. You got your loss overturned. Kudos for you on that. But for the same matter, you took that ass whooping. And like I said, you've been gone for about a year. You're coming back. You come back still tied to the guy that beat you down. Because you're fighting on the same fight card as the guy that beat you down. I don't know if it's you co-main event or what. Is the three-way main event? Is Ryan the main event? Is Teo? I don't even know who the hell is the main event. Come to think of it, who is the main event of the Times Square fight? Is it Teo and Barboza? Is it Ryan and Rowley? Is it Haney and Ramirez? Somebody let me know. Honestly, that just hit me right now. Who is the main event? I've heard people taking shots at Devin saying he fighting on Ryan's undercard. And I've heard people saying that it's a co, but I really don't know. And I'm sure somebody in the Block family let me know. I'm sure one of y'all know. And then Hyphy says, speaking of Tank, ... the Reaper. What can I say about that situation? Napoleon Armstrong has slid into the building. Salute everybody. What's going on, my brother? Glad to see you in the building. As always, Block family always in the building helping us keep this thing going like we're supposed to. Hyphy, all I can say is, speaking of Tank, since you were able to slide that one in there because of the simple reason we had to bring up the fact that Devin losing to Mario Barrios would have been him falling to two of Tank's victims, which wouldn't age well with the bragging of being the youngest champion to be undisputed at the four-belt era, all that stuff that they used to say back in the day. Here's what I have to say about that. With no disrespect to Reaper, but all of a sudden there's a lot of people that are Reaper fans that had never spoke the man's name out aloud on a video claiming he had squabble or anything like that throughout Tank's situation. If we made fun of Tank, we always used the Lomachenko standard that Floyd did say they called Lomachenko, and that got Tank under control. I'm gonna say what I said with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury got fans when he beat Wilder. Lamont Roach garnished him some fans when he took Tank to a draw. I'm glad the commissions and what have you didn't turn it over and give some kind of whitewash excuse of why they turned it over and turned a draw into a loss for one person and a win into another. I'm going to stick to my guns and say I don't feel that Lamont Roach did enough as far as beating the belt away from Tank. I don't feel like Tank did enough to win, but he didn't do enough to lose, and vice versa. I think it was a pretty even playing field. Yeah, I know we got to look at the fact that the referee made a mistake. The referee made a mistake. If you had to guess and say the commissioners looked into it and investigated, they came up with the fact the referee made a mistake. It's a call that pretty much falls on the referee. We're not going to punish the fighters for it because really, if you really look deeply into it, I don't think you can say that one person won over the other. The most you could say is we have to run it back and let's see what happens if they run it back. Okay, Eric also said, I thought the main, he said, I thought Teo was the main. But Ryan is the biggest name. See, that's what I'm that's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm like, you know, it's a reunite. It's like it's a reunion of the Young Kings from 2 divisions back. You know, it's the Young King division from 135. Only one missing is Tank. And that's because his ass just ain't growing like them. I know people can say he could put on the weight, he could do this, he could do that. I'm gonna say I go by with the words that fighters usually give us when it comes to certain things. That man went to 140. He fought Mario Barrios there, and he said he was not comfortable fighting at that weight class. I'm not making excuses. I'm just using the words that I have been given by the fighters themselves. Devin and Ryan outgrew 140 so fast that it didn't even seem like they were at 140. So the Kings have reunited. The only one, I guess, Rolly has taken the place of Tank. He's a fill-in. But Ryan is the bigger name. I don't know who's the main event, so I'm going to just say Cole. It's a 3-way main event because you got Teo, the takeover, who's called black people the N-word. And as Terrence Crawford and Javante Tank, they told them, whichever monkey wants to get it first. Come on. Then he ended up getting caught up with Terrence Crawford, and he say, what you told me? Huh? What I say? Tell him what you told me about what you're doing. Oh, I'm just doing it for publicity. And T-Bud Crawford, who had his arm around his shoulder, coddling in a little bit. You know how old school G's do when they talking to their youngster, they put that arm around them and come here, let me holler at you real quick. Look into the camera. And after they said what they said, and Teo let the world know that I'm just doing it for publicity, Bud looked at the camera and said, yeah. So now I ain't got to F him up. Which shot through my mind. You know, my big brother and Big E them say Terrence Bud Crawford seemed like one of those guys from the street that like to fight. At that moment when I seen him with his arm around T.O.'s neck and him saying the words, nah, I ain't got to F him up, because he came out here pretty much, y'all, and apologized. He ate those words because y'all know he had been running around saying, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. I'm T.O., I'm the takeover. I ain't worried about nobody. I'm gonna say this, I can say that. Well, whelp, as they say, you know, the dude that played Beetlejuice, he said, whelp. He say that. You know, I heard it on cartoons. Whelp, your punk ass went out there and chewed up the words that you were spitting out. He hurried up and gave definition of why he was using the N-word against people. I'm saying this in this conversation. All those words weren't said, but the little bit with the arm around the neck from Terrence Bud Crawford saying, now tell him what you told me. And you can see that even though Terrence was smiling, this was not a joking situation. It was not. This was one of those serious situations where I got you in front of everybody. Now you could try to play like you that dude that you said you is, cause I am one of those people that you was talking about calling dark. I'm one of the guys that you use the phrase whichever monkey wants to get it first. I'm also the guy that told you if I catch you slipping, I'll be right here. Look here I is. He made that boy swallow his words and chew them down. And I'm hoping Barbosa goes out there on the second and punch him a few good times to the stomach to make the effects of him having to swallow his words sour on his stomach. I'm hoping he has a horrible showing. Hope he can't pick up the phone fast enough to block a hook, even if it's a mile and a half. If it's slower than a turtle sprinting across the street. I hope he can't block it. And I know that sound petty, but it is what it is. Huh. I'm a little petty. Oh, man, let me see. I got my boy D-Lo 404 boxing that slid into the building. What's going on, my brother? I know came in a little late. I know you might not be around too long because it's getting kind of hard to stay up past 10. And I feel you. Because I be having hard times too. I be having to take naps now, D-Lo. Can you believe that? Naps, man. Naps. Sometimes if I don't get in a good nap, I'm cranky. Like the grandson. But you know, enough of that. On behalf of the black community and the black family, I want to thank you, MZ, for destroying that new black, what? Tripe about Negroes now. Oh, yeah, that stereotype. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Ain't that crazy, though? What's even crazy is I heard the little dude saying it. You know, Uncle Mike said it. What? Uncle Mike said what? Black people don't watch they. I'm glad. I'm sitting there, you know, I'm walking away because I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling all right about the dad saying what he said about Uncle Mike being the fool, what have you, whatever word he used. I just walked away saying, yeah, we wash our hands. It wasn't nothing to turn around and go back and answer to because he was a child. But I'm glad that I was the tool that was used at that moment in that child's life to show him that if black people wash their hands and Uncle Mike said they don't, maybe a lot of other stuff that Uncle Mike said about black people and other people is totally wrong. And Uncle Mike don't really know what he's talking about. Last time Teo disrespected an opponent like he's doing Barbosa, he got his arse whooped. Was that against Cambosis, the general, or the emperor? Either way, I know that Teo is the guy who's supposed to be the takeover and supposed to be the name that everybody loves, and he's supposed to have been undisputed, and he's the ring, he's Turkey out shake, I'm your champion. He's that guy. And he be using the N-word. And he said he didn't say he was sorry, but he ate his words by saying, oh, I was just doing it for publicity. But Terrence Crawford ran up on him. Don't know how he ran up on him. But some kind of way he caught Teo slipping. That's all I got to say. He had to catch him slipping for him to slide up on him. Put that arm around him. I don't know who was holding the camera. I don't know if it was a selfie holding the camera. But some kind of way they both ended up in front of the camera. And Teo was saying, it was just for publicity. And then you proceed to start begging for a chance to spar with the man. Picture that. Imagine that. Talked all this hoopla. And then once you get confronted. Okay, we should spar. We should spar. We should spar. Even the look when Bud said, yeah. Even that looked like on the cool to me. I might just be reading into it too much, but even then it looked like Bud was thinking to himself, I'll fuck you up even in sparring. Excuse my French. I don't like the dude. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. He kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. And he's a Honduras person. Honduras people, out of the ones that I know some people from Honduras. From the Honduras. I know some Honduras people. And they don't have that kind of attitude like Teo. They more like, I'm a brother. I'm a sister. But it is what it is. I hope Teo get his ass whooped. Oh, that sick as shit. Oh, no, D-Lo, you sick? I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you feel better. This is from the bottom of my heart. I hope you're taking something forward. I hope it's nothing serious. First of all, let me start with that. I hope it's nothing serious, and it's something that you can get. You can take a quick some remedy, not some kind of hard over the counter mess. Drug yourself up where you feel better. Put you in my prayers when I go to bed tonight, and I hope you feel better, my brother. I truly do. And if you're here for the duration, let's ride then. I don't know how long more I'm gonna ride, but I'm gonna be here as long as I do. Right now, I'm just talking about T.O. and you know what I'm here talking about. Shit, I don't even know I got to go through all that. So I would say go to hell, Uncle Mike. Mr. Ernest said F him. Oh, I feel you, bro. I would have said go to hell, Uncle Mike. I feel you. But you know what? I feel like little dude was in mind enough to bring it up. It is what it is. Oh man, y'all got the flu? That sucks. I know that flu will kick your butt. The young flu, the old flu. Anytime you get the flu, that flu is a beast. I've been flued before. I've had the flu, y'all. Y'all used to how I talk. Y'all are used to the way MZ spits it out. But anyway, I hope you feel better, bro, and your teammates. Honest to goodness with that. Get well. He said, Bud probably beats him half to death if they spar. With no ref to get Bud off him? You know what, D-Lo? You probably right. Bud probably said, come. Slapping his tip. That's my taste buds getting ready to tear this T.O. steak up. Tear it up. Yeah, flued, man. Flued. I've been flued before. I think Paul Armstrong said flued in, huh? No, not flued in, just flued. Flued me. I had to flu back in the day. It's the past tense usage of the word. As Eddie Murphy would do in Beverly Hills Cop, just start making up some stuff to cover up the fact that I made up a word. How about that? Made me forget what I was saying. Just like that. Paulie Marshall hit me with the fluid in, huh? Nah, just, what the heck was I saying? Beast the crap out of me. Bud beating T.O. in the ring without a referee sparring. Doghouse style. I like the word smoker. That's pretty cool, especially getting the definition. Trey X broke the definition down about the smoker fights. Get his ass in a smoker and tear the hide off her. I don't think T.O. You know what? I'm not going to dog the man like that. Say he ain't the takeover. Because once upon a time, I never liked the dude. I bet y'all thought I was going to say once upon a time he was. No, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say once upon a time I never liked him. I don't like him now. I didn't like him then. He just always has rubbed me the wrong way. It's the way he talked, the way he carried himself. He just seemed fraudulent. Fake. That's what he seemed to me. But, he's part of the little 3 king, 4 king thing people was talking about. He the takeover, and they was giving him his props. I just, it's nothing, I don't know. I'm fickle like that. I just didn't like the dude, don't like the dude, won't like the dude. I don't care if he turned around and said, I'm sorry for ever saying what I said, and then go on some massive winning streak and beat everybody like he just colder than cold. I will still not like him. He kind of in the Tyson Fury category with me. Y'all know how me and the Big Snowman, how I feel about the Big Snowman. Yes, he has made me say he could fight. He has proven that to me. Still a cheater, but he can fight. That's the best I can give him. But I still don't like the Big Snowman. And when Usyk whooped his ass, I was elated. That's right. Y'all forgive my little background noise. Putting a little something together to help me calm my nerves. I wonder what kind of thing Bill Hayden them gonna say if his son loses. I'm sitting here going through my mind so I can tell you guys, hey, maybe this is how Devin wins the fight. The only thing I can see him doing is trying to jab and taking a half step back, trying to stay out the way and boxing himself to victory. Not trying to prove to me or anybody else that he's a power puncher and he can go in there and put in that work and get somebody out there. I don't need him to try to prove that to me. For the simple reason, I feel like maybe once or twice in the Ryan fight, he tried to prove that he was a puncher. And we saw how that worked out for him. Be a boxer, dude. That's what you are. That's what you're good at. Don't worry about the crowd saying, oh, he don't get no knockouts. Just whoop somebody ass continuously for a good straight 12 rounds, dominate them, and give them a nice ass whooping. That would be suffice. Seriously. They complained about Floyd not getting knockouts when he was money. You think he gave a shit? Hell no. He went out there and still just kept on winning. Just kept on winning. He said, I thought Teo was tripping in the beginning, but his whole career, he should have, I thought he was tripping his whole career. He was like one of those cats that never F with at all, for real. I know what you're saying, and that goes to the perfect point of, yeah, he seemed like his whole career he was tripping and he never F'd with black people. I'm not going to use the N-word, right? Niggas. He didn't really fuck with niggas, y'all. And he carried himself like that. And you could hide behind the 8-ball, but only for so long. You could only pretend in a certain situation for only so long. And the moment he felt emboldened to where he could start saying what he wanted to say, and he pretty much felt like he could get away with it, he did. I don't think in any way, shape, form, or fashion did he think that Terrence Crawford would step to him. Here's why. Because a few times that he did and say those things, a lot of fighters said something but really never did anything. Some fighters even gave him a pass. So it emboldened him a little more. But this time, somebody stepped to him. T-Buzz stepped to him and made him come in front of the world. I'm satisfied with it now because we all know whether you try to be I'm a racist, whether you try to be that or not, we all know that if somebody stepped to you on that level seriously about checking you, you will fold. Unless I saw something different. I saw that boy fold up under Terrence Crawford when Crawford stepped to him about that N-word. But if I'm wrong, y'all tell me. But I think I will go ahead and take that one with me. He say, Canelo looks at Teo like he's an Afro-Latino. He don't rock with or David Benavidez. Pulling Canelo into it, I ain't even really looked at him on that level like that because the most Canelo has done for me, he showed me his pride. I want to do this for Mexicans. I don't want to fight Mexicans, not fighting my brother, all that nonsense. But I wouldn't say that I really put him in a situation of like Teo. Unless you see something that I haven't seen. Napoleon Armstrong says, I wish people would let Shakur be him and box his way to victory like you just described. That goes for any fighter on the cool, Napoleon. I look at Shakur Stevenson as a boxer over standing in the paint, having to go to war or a slugfest. You ain't got to knock people out for me all the time. I subscribe to the knowledge of a knockout might show up. And if it does, I'm elated. I'm happy. That's the kind of fan I am. But I've always had it in my mind that if I watch a boxing match, I don't have a problem with it going the full distance. I like getting a chance to see the drama unfold of a boxing match between two combatants. To see what happened in the first round, the second round, to see how things change when they start to get tired. Who gets tired first? How does they handle that? Whose defense or technique starts to deteriorate throughout the fight? All these things are stuff that I like to see within the fight when watching the fight. So watching the fight go to full 12 rounds, if it's a good fight, Not a fight where the guys are scared to let their hands go. I'm talking about a nice chess match, a speed chess, not a slow chess match. I want to see you prodding and picking at your opponent's defense, looking for a spot to score, to drop in a punch. If you can get the gates to open up, drop in a few combinations. This is what I would like to see from in a fight. And if a knockout shows up, well, glory to be. You see those skills that brought that knockout to form. But if you got a knockout artist, then yeah, you want to clamor for the knockout, but that's with them. With Shakur, let that man, Shakur, just like I said for Devin, here's how I feel. You go out there and fight how you fight. Win how you need to win. That's all anybody can expect from you. You know how you want to be. I know what you are. You a boxer. You ain't no slugger. I understand that. All I want to see is good fights. And if a fighter go out there and he a boxer and a dude is a slugger, why would you expect the boxer to all of a sudden turn into a slugger? Just because you want them to. Forget all that. I want to see this dude's skills keep the slugger away from him. And at the same time, if it's a slugger that we love and got affection for to be knocking people out, and he just showed that he got skills to be able to slide in on a slick fighter, we want to root for him too and see if he can get that accomplished. That's what we like about the fights. But don't get mad because one of the fighters ain't winning the way you want them to win. If they winning convincingly, then that's just what it is. Can't win, we can't please everybody. And the people that can't be pleased, well, it is what it is. One day they will be. And if not, heck with them. Say, I don't think Bud stepped to Teo for the culture. I think it was more because of him talking like he wanted to fight with him. Well, this is one of those situations where whoever stepped to him, it don't have to be for the culture. The step to itself was magnified for the fact T.O. talked noise about Terrence Bud Crawford. That's one thing. So Terrence Bud Crawford fans, in the back of their mind, even though they probably didn't say much, except, T.O. a hoe, probably was saying, in their mind, deep in their mind, I hope Bud come across this hoe and make him eat his words. Bud being a brother, he ain't got to say that was for the culture. Because he put, well, you know what? I will say it was for the culture, Eric R. And here's why. Because he made him get on a live stream or make a video and put it out. That's culture worthy right there. That's for the culture. I gotta say that's culture worthy because he made that man go live and eat his words in front of everybody. Whoever is a fan of the channel that he went on, that I saw it and you guys saw it and you guys hearing me talk about it, he's reached a lot of eyes, a lot of ears. So yeah, to me, that's for the culture. If you was to say, he didn't even have to say it's for the culture. That move right there, to me, a big dog move, say it's for the culture. If you want to do it for the culture, that's how you do it. If you want to do it for the culture, I'm sorry if my voice been going back and forth, but that's how you do it. You do it like that. So I got nothing but mad respect for Terrence Bud Crawford for stepping to that dude like that. Napoleon Armstrong said T.O. tried to stand next to Canelo like he was undisputed. You mean when he came out there, when Canelo had all his belts and T.O. was reaching, give him a belt, trying to stand up there and take a picture, clout chasing, being a little T-ho. You know what, it is what it is. Good memory bank right there. Way to help me bounce that one off, Napoleon Armstrong. I do remember that. Him standing up there with those belts. And I'm like, dude, you know what? Stop it. See, I agree. My only problem with Shakur is when in his showcase, dang, it jumped on me. Shakur is in his showcase. He promises to make a statement. He needs to make a statement. Otherwise, shut up. Keyshawn don't have no crazy power. Here's the thing. This is the best way for me to crack it down the middle. These young fighters of today and social media make them open their mouths at times that they don't need to. It makes them, it has them privy to statements and things like that that they really don't, that they wouldn't usually hear. And they tend to get in their feelings a lot. If you really look at it, football, baseball, everything has a slight shift in it due to the social media area. People's feelings are involved now. Fighters have feelings, and it's human nature. You in a combative sport, you throwing hands, you fighting people saying you not, you ain't their cup of tea. I can see where it could bother you a little bit. You want to say something back. You get beside yourself. You know what? I'm finna knock this cat out. Well, check this out, y'all. Did not Shakur Stevenson win his last fight with a knockout? A knockout with body shots. Nobody has raised the flag, said, man, this dude stopped this man. He stopped him with body shots. And nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gave him his high praise for that. That's a pretty daunting task if you ask me. The Wizard says that, it's not often that you seeing people get stopped to the body. I say put another macaroni in put a feather in his hat and call it macaroni. Like I can't even remember. Old MacDonald. No, it wasn't Old MacDonald. What was his damn name? Put a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. That was a kid's rhyme back in the day when I was young. Ancient, but it was a kid's rhyme back in the day. Javante Tank Davis said Terrence on snack, and all his accomplishments are questionable. Well, now, at one point, the Victor Conte, I believe that's his name. The Victor Conte and snack situation, and Victor Conte being popped for helping people cheat and be drug tested and all that stuff. I could feel how people say, how does he have a job or run an organization that's acceptable to be a supplement place? The place where you come get the best supplements, the untainted supplements. How do you trust this dude who showed people how to be popping dirty? Now, Crawford going over there. If you gonna call him, Tank gonna call him out. And I'm not even willing to call people out for being that snack. There's too many of the athletes over there. It's not like it's just one athlete. It's not like it's just Crawford. You got Shields over there. You got I think what's his name? Big Jerry Hurd. I mean not Jerry. Hurd Smith, Swift, Jared Hurd. I think he's over there. It's a few names that's over there. Shakur, isn't Shakur part of the snack? He part of the snack. Where's his since they saying like Shakur part of the snack, where's his knockout power and stuff like that? Devin Haney is definitely part of the snack. Where's his knockout power and stuff like that? Where is it? Where is he? Where is he? Devin Haney, snack. Where's his ultimate punching power, knockout power, and all that stuff? That's what I have to ask. He said, at this point, we see Shakur hands after each fight to somewhat understand his output. They talk but don't have the blueprint to beat him. Now, here go a crazy analogy on that. There was a great fighter. I'm willing to believe he gonna go down in history as one of the greatest. Undefeated guy, 50-0 named Floyd Mayweather, had bad hands and stuff like that, like you saying. Nobody never came up with a blueprint to beat him either. I'm not going on a limb saying that Shakur is Floyd Mayweather. But I am saying that until somebody beat him and his hands looking like they going through the meat grinder every other fight, hey, you got to give this man his props. Look who sliding into the building, people. We got Hyphy in the house. What's going on, Hyphy?
When y'all gonna fight Shakur?
Yahoo.
GTD. When y'all gonna fight Shakur?
You know what, Hyphy? I'm gonna be honest with you. Listening to the way that Tank talks, this is not being a fan. This is just saying listen to the way he talks. The chances of us seeing him and Shakur fight might be slim. Might be slim next to none. Because it seems like, for whatever reason, there's a disconnect with Tank and Shakur, or at least that's what he's trying to make it seem with the people that interview him and talk to him. It's like Shakur's name is getting on his nerve. He's tired of hearing about Shakur. And I feel, if you feel that way, Tank, and it's really getting on your nerve, then go and get it out the way. If you feel like you can whoop Shakur, then go on whoop him. Make the people shut up. If you think you can't whoop him, well, I don't know what to say. But I think they both think they can whoop each other. It's just a matter of getting them in the ring. How do you do that? This is the perfect time because, like I keep saying, I'm going to keep always saying, Tank said he don't feel comfortable with 140. I know some people always say, that's bullshit, MZ, he did this. Yeah, he did do that. He went and fought Mario Barrios at 140. Shall also make the excuse saying that Barrios was drained down. So you make that a hit against Tank. People say that Tank's resume isn't that great. I can understand that too. But everybody on the resume have fallen susceptible to one thing, and that's a knockout, except for two people, if I remember correctly. Pitbull, Lamont Roach. People say that Tank had cherry-picked Lamont Roach, but I keep saying, how do you cherry-pick a dude that you've been knowing for damn near ever? As long as your boxing career goes. At least it's almost as long as your boxing career goes. You guys have history from the amateurs, which I would have checked out the fights. They were two close amateur fights. Two close fights. And when they were talking about the fights, and Lamont Roach spoke on the fact and said that they were close wins, that Tank won. This is I think the first time that they were together. Tank didn't dispute that. So, with all that being said, all I can say is, people gonna hate on Tank, people gonna love Tank. If we see him and Shakur fight, I'll be surprised because at this moment right now, the way it seems, unless something major happens, and Tank is, dare I say, being kind of like a diva, the only chance that you could say Turkey could make the fight happen, it almost even looks like Turkey, with his great reach and making fights happen, don't seem to be able to pull the trigger to make that fight happen. For the simple reason,
he's scared
Tank
of Turkey.
don't seem to like Turkey. What you about to say?
He's scared. He ducking Turkey. He's scared of Turkey. He's scared of somebody that could give him the most money. GTD running.
You say he running?
Yeah, he's scared of Turkey. He ducking Turkey.
Because you say that Turkey could give him the most money?
Yeah, and he ducking it.
Well, we made this this argument on this channel before. All money ain't good money. And Turkey could hold some money up ahead of you that gets you fucked up. Now, we don't know what the offering of Turkey is for Tank. But what I can say is, if you look at certain things a certain way, when Tank threw out the Ferrari situation to Turkey, and Turkey was like, I'll just send you 2 gloves situation. To me, that right there, the comeback was enough to, like I said, Tank being a diva. If a person is mad and don't want to do business with you, and that's not you can say he's scared of Turkey and he running from taking, and Turkey gonna give him the most money that he gonna make. Right now, the dude is doing quite well with the money he making off the casual fans. That Lamont Roach fight made money.
He could be doing
Every
better.
fight he could be, but how do you go and tell a person that's a millionaire from doing it their way? How you gonna go tell them they could be doing better?
The same way we told Usyk he could be doing better. We improved Usyk life forever. We took all them fighters and improved their lives forever.
How? How do we tell Usyk? Usyk honestly just fell into the right situation. He followed the right path. He went and whooped the snowman. He became undisputed. We talking Tank, who does not, if he doesn't want to, have to chase a belt. Will still have a fan base chasing him. They will still show up to pay and watch him. The young ladies love looking at him, seeing him fight, expecting a knockout. OGs and men like him, expecting to see a knockout. It's only the hardcore fans that's kind of giving him the most business. You don't really hear too many of the people that watch the fight casually complaining about Tank. Like I said, right now, he in a situation where he don't have to deal with Turkey if he don't want to. Unless something major, I mean real major happens, where it stops his cash flow, if he's not already set to his comfortableness, it's nothing the people gonna say to make him do anything.
Damn, okay, so he don't want to fight Shakur, he don't want to fight Keyshawn. Dang, so he just gonna keep running from all the black fighters, huh?
You could almost make that argument, but then you can't, because the last two fighters he fought was black, pretty much, right? Roach and Frank Martin. Frank Martin was dubbed as the slick fighter that Tank would never fight. He fought that dude. Lamont Roach is a fighter, a champion from 130 that came up, not much smaller than Tank when you really look at it. Probably the same size as Tank, just more disciplined as far as making weight. That's why he's at 130 and Tank's at 135. But running from the black fighters, who we talking about? Just Shakur?
He running from Keyshawn.
I was about to say you're gonna throw Keyshawn's name in there. And I was having a conversation earlier today, and here's what I said. When it came down to the welterweight division with Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, Danny Garcia, and Sean Porter, you would have to say Sean Porter, Keith, and Danny. They was the guys Earl was making a name. Terrence Crawford wasn't a part of that equation. Terrence Crawford got lucky that the guys that meant something, that had status at 147 was still around and gave him fights. Let's say with Keyshawn is really not part of that 130-pound, original 130-pound group of the Kings that people wanted to dub. Hell, Shakur wasn't even part of it. Just so happens that out of the Kings that grew up, Tank's the only one whose stature didn't carry him up to the higher weight classes, which breeds Keyshawn in. But if you're going to hit me with Keyshawn, I'll have to say Andy Cruz.
Oh, you talking about Andy?
Yes. Andy Cruz, who people, who saying he Keyshawn's daddy, that guy. And I could feel Keyshawn saying it was the amateurs and it don't really mean nothing, and I'll whoop him down in the pros. But if you really look at it, Keyshawn is giving us the same rhetoric that a lot of fighters are giving us. Oh, he ain't really did nothing. What he got? Yeah, forget all that. If he ain't did nothing, get his ass out the way and keep it moving. Because right now he making noise for you. You're sitting here making noise for Tank Davis. We've got other fighters for the same kind of move, and we called them cloud chasers. And because Keyshawn could fight, he not cloud chasing, or he not put into that situation. But it's the same deal. Bud got with Snack for the Avanesian fight. He was stopping cats prior to that. So debunk. Snack ain't got people popping dirty. That's what I was saying. If they was giving people superpower, how come Devin ain't knocking out nobody? They use Devin as the face of snake. So people
Well, you gotta ask your fighter, because your fighter, he exposed Terrence Crawford. He said Terrence Crawford didn't have no chin, and now he got a chin. So he exposed Terrence Crawford. So maybe Napoleon got to answer that.
answer what question is that?
About everything that's what's up with Snack, because like I said, GTD, he exposed Terrence Crawford
When?
when he
I
said,
remember him attempting to expose him when he said that one fighter got a glass shield and one fighter got an iron shield. Well, the fighter that we thought had the iron shield, we must have gave the wrong shield, because Earl Spence went out there and got beat all over the ring by Terrence Crawford, who
yeah,
we
but
assumed
he was on
we
Snack.
assumed was the dude with the glass shield. Prior to Crawford getting to Earl Spence and beating Earl Spence down, who had he not beat down? He stopped Crawford. He stopped Porter. He stopped Brooks. He stopped Avenesian. He
Spence
stopped
Spence leftovers,
who was Spence leftovers?
Brooke and Porter. That's Earl Spence leftovers.
Okay, so Crawford still went out there and did what he was supposed to do and stopped him. He been stopping people. Crawford came into 147 stopping folks. He continued that throughout the 147-pound division. He came in taking the belt from oh my gosh, what's the dude's name that beat Manny Pacquiao?
Exactly.
Jeff Horn.
You can't even
He
remember
came
his
in
name.
and took the belt from Jeff Horn.
You can't even remember his name. Bum.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He came in, he stopped Jeff Horn, and he stopped every fighter after that at 147 pounds. No matter how you rank them or where you put them, he stopped Spence, Porter, Kell Brook, who else? Avenesian.
A man with one leg and Jose Benavidez.
Jose Benavidez put himself in that ass whooping position. Crawford didn't push for him to be in that ass whooping position. He took that position. And he was talking shit like he was really going to go out there and do something. And got knocked out. Napoleon said, here goes some help for you. Tank can't box. He can't handle Roach level, let alone Shakur. Whitewash. I'm going to say this. You can't say Tank can't box, because if he couldn't, he'd have lost that fight. You can't say he can't handle Shakur's level, because he couldn't handle Roach's level. But that's not true, because let's throw this out there, and I'm just throwing it out there halfway. In order for people to be high on Roach, they got to say that they saw the best Roach that they think they've ever seen. And in the same breath, you have to say that you did not see the best Tank that you ever seen. You saw the same Tank. At the most. If you want to try to take away from his what happened this go round. But what you can't say is he can't box and Carl Lamont wrote a cherry pick. You're kind of in a situation where this draw makes you have to say, look, you either fought a dude that was good and you got a draw, or you fought a dude that was bad, which can't fit your narrative, and you got a draw. Because if you fought a dude that was bad and you got a draw, then you can't hold Shakur up. It ain't about holding Shakur up or tearing Tank down or vice versa. It's about when they fight, if they fight, what we'll get. We all see Shakur got hand problems. So you can't expect what you saw out of Lamont Roach, out of Shakur Stevenson, just based on the hands alone. I'm just going to say, let's just wait to see what happens when the fight happens, if it happens. I don't really want to try to talk about it because I truly don't think that they're going to fight. I truly don't think that they're going to fight. Who's going to bring it together? Tank won't fuck with Turkey. So who going to bring it together? Bob Arum? Shakur not even with them no more. Who gonna bring it together? Eddie Hearn? Possibly. But he's still tied with Turkey. And Tank don't too much like Eddie Hearn either. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say that's one of the fights that we might have lost out on. Ain't no need for us to really hurt our heads on seeing that fight because we might not get it.
Yeah, you right. I agree. Yeah, because GTD he be running from Shakur, so yeah, we could just move on to the next topic. So I wanted to ask you, rewinding about sometime last month, how cool was it for you to just have like a whole Saturday full of nothing but nonstop fights for like 8 hours? That's like a whole work shift. But to have a card for like eight hours where you just glued to the TV.
Dude, it's like boxing. It's like a boxing smorgasbord that you can't get enough of all the different desserts. It's like great liking to it. I went on a cruise with my wife. My daughter then surprised us with going to the captain's table, right? And that consists of them taking you in the kitchen with all the shelves. Guys that cooking, the women's is cooking, is putting these beautiful plates together and taking you down. You know how you see those dishes with just like a teaspoon, a dip, and a dab of that, and people fawning over it like it's great. That's how it was. It was like getting a taste of something that you don't taste every day. In some cases, you never tasted in your life and probably will never taste again. That sum it up?
Hey, very well. Hell yeah. I'm like envisioning this stuff while you giving it the analogy. Hell yeah.
So that's what it was like.
Yeah. I want to because I'll be thinking about that day, but I'm like, dude, I'm over here on the West Coast, so y'all could like take in consideration my time zone. The first my main fight that people wanted to see, which is Bawati versus Callum, that came on at like 8:45 a.m. my time. So my whole Saturday, woke up, freshened up, took the dog out for like this like hour and a half walk just to tire him out, just so I could come home and watch the fight. Yeah, just so I could come home and watch these fights. And I had to be back home at like 8:30 a.m. to catch that first fight. Dude, like, I don't know about like I be hearing like these American boxing fans that be like saying, "Oh, who want to watch boxing in the afternoon and stuff?" I'm like, I don't know about y'all, but that was like one of the coldest Saturdays I done had.
Dude, I don't know why people think that it's a certain time that an event like that should take place. Who says that every fight should take place at 7:30 in the afternoon American time, East Coast or West? Who says that that's the perfect time? A fight at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's a perfect time. 8:30 in the morning, that's a perfect time. That actually sounds like a league time. You know what I'm saying? You expect something like that. You start fighting at 8:30 in the morning, and y'all stop fighting by like 5 or 6 in the evening. Sheesh.
Yeah, that was a cold and like you just said, we might never experience nothing like that again. But I'm like, man, that was a cold day for me. Like that's just I ain't never gonna forget that Saturday.
Now you would hope that you get your senses over flooded and overwhelmed by fight cards like that. That's a fighter's dream. It kind of like the girls fighting this weekend that passed. Those the all women's card champions fighting. If you're not feeling that, I don't know what to say. Because the ladies, I'm gonna honestly say the ladies are starting to prove to fight. Their fights are starting to be as entertaining as some of the men fights. You gotta give them that. You got to give them that. If it was a contest between basketball, stepping that game up closer to the men's game, boxing, I would have to put at a close number 2. Because the girls are balling, but the fighters are fighting their asses off, man. they fighting their asses off, hyphy. This last week of fights with the girls, you talking about Boasi now, but these girls put on a hell of a show themselves this weekend that just passed.
Oh yeah, exactly. And see, for us, like, we love it because it's like we get like a 2-for-1. We get some afternoon stuff, and then we'll come back with something in the evening. Now, last Saturday it really wasn't no boxing in the evening, but UFC was on, so we at least still had something to check out.
Yeah, I heard that it was a mad UFC fight going down, but I didn't get to check it. Hold on, before I go too far.
Yeah,
Boy, Eric
coughing the lungs
say,
out.
I think the real thing stopping the fight is Shakur's hands. Till he gets that fixed, it's not a 50-50 fight. And then Napoleon laughing at Tank, talking about his skills on par with Floyd's. That's just, with that, I'll say that's a little arrogant or whatever for him to be saying he on Floyd's level, because if I had to give anybody out of the decade of these fighters that's crossing the line right now, a Floyd nod, if I had to give somebody a Floyd nod, it would be more Crawford than Tank. That's just my opinion and how I feel on that. Yeah, Tank is tripping on being better than Floyd. He said that's why Roach should have the title. Tank scary ass holding up 135. If Roach wants the title, he should go up to 135. But right now, I don't know who to blame when it comes to some fights getting made. At this endeavor, at this moment, Shakur made moves to be under the umbrella of Top Rank. So the argument of Tank and PBC or whoever's routing his route, they can't say he can't do business with Top Rank because Shakur not over there. When he was over there and things was going, it was just PBC, Top Rank, and Matchroom before Turkey came into the business. They should have been trying to pull the trigger then. They should have been trying to make a move and a hard push to get Tank and Shakur in the ring at that time. But I think they missed that opportunity. Devin missed out on that opportunity. Ryan was the only one, in my opinion, that actually bit down on the bullet and said, you know what, I got to make some business moves in order to get the fights. His resume, as far as the four kings, he's got the better resume. He's fought two of the kings. He's fought two of his contemporaries that people consider his rivals. He's fought two of them. Ryan has. Hell, Rolly even got in the mix and got his name chalked in with two of the kings. I'm just thinking that people waited too long to business. They tried to simmer the fights too long, and they missed out on the opportunity with Tank. In the same position, by Tank not being able to keep up with them as far as the growth, he's in a hard position too, because fans want to see him in a certain fight at a certain weight class. So for the hardcore fans, he's in a hard position, but the casuals, he's sitting pretty. He said Hitchison about to run from Subriel. You don't think Hitchison gonna put up a good fight against Subriel? It ain't like Subriel can't be beat. I learned that the hard way. He said that's why I'm at until Andy gets dealt with. He can't be mentioned in Tank, talking about Keyshawn Davis. What you say about that, Hyphy? Why won't Keyshawn deal with Andy?
Oh, you say he won't deal with Andy? I mean, Andy Cruz, he's Actually, yeah, he's going through the W. Which one is it? I think he's number one, like in the WBC, but he went to different rankings. But nonetheless, I think Keyshawn versus Andy Cruz in Virginia should happen. Cause I mean, let's be honest, Andy Cruz, he not about to become like an attraction in America, like we know that's dead. Where Keyshawn at least has shown that he can sell out in his hometown. So to me, that's a fight to be made in Virginia.
I honestly don't care where they make the fight at. They can make it in Kalamazoo. What I want to know is, the same energy aimed at Tank should be aimed at Keyshawn when it comes to fighting Andy. You know what I'm saying? Because we putting Keyshawn. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying it's not fair. We shouldn't throw Keyshawn in the conversation with Tank and Shakur because he has unfinished business with Andy. You get what I'm saying? So we can't start cheering for Keyshawn in a Tank fight when we trying to act like Andy don't exist. Whether Andy could beat Keyshawn or not, he should be able to get the chance to prove the fact that I was whooping your ass in the amateurs, homeboy. Actually, it almost comes down to the same thing with Tank and Lamont Roach. I was beating you in the amateurs. We need to go and get it on. Either I could beat you in the pros or I can't, or we're going to end up with a draw. But it's some business that need to be taken care of over there. And I think we're going to have to stop using the statement, they say everything except let's fight Shakur. You can't use the statement for Keyshawn that they say everything except let's fight Keyshawn because the two people that they advocate that statement for won't fight each other. You know what I'm saying? I hear crickets. He said chin is God given. Tank just showing his IQ when he opened his mouth, his retarded mouth. The reach is real when jealousy is at play. Now, heroes turn into rivals. Floyd Mayweather, at one point, remember Tank wanted what he had. He wanted to be that guy. He wanted to be in that position. Should be always careful what you ask for, what you want. Floyd Mayweather was able to embrace the heel role. He was able to embrace the bad guy role. He was able to embrace the complexity of sitting at the top of the pile under the brightest lights and be able to manipulate and weather the shark-infested waters and remain on top. And I have to give a lot of that to the simple reason the boy was born into a fighting family. Tank wanted to sit at the top with all the bright lights, but I don't think he is totally prepared for what all can come with it, what all is posed as sitting at the top of the pile. How to deal with the hate, how to deal with the love, how to maneuver with people that you know want to stab you in the back, how to get the business done, the deal done with them, and still come out shining. Yes, a lot of people that dislike Floyd and the moves he's made and things like that. They called him dumb, they called him stupid, made fun of the fact that his reading skills are not great. But here's the thing. He dominated in the world of boxing. He's made more money, which he got to talk about it so much till it makes people sick. And this is all from a guy that most of the fans dubbed a dummy, ignorant, stupid. But he was smart enough to surround himself with the people to get him to make unprecedented numbers when it comes to fight. Tank don't have all that. Floyd Mayweather is my opinion, once in a lifetime view. Kind of like Ali. Kind of like Marciano, Sugar Ray, Hagler, Hearns. You'll see a slight glimmer or flicker of light of something that make you say, hey, that reminds me of. But I don't think they'll ever shine as bright as the names that I just stuck out there. Thurman versus Danny Garcia. That was a good one. That was a real good one. That's what's up. Like school, 3 p.m., meet me at the flagpole. You remember those days? After school, 2:30, we gonna fight. Everybody looking at the clock. Clock seemed like time just going fast when you know it's a squabble at the end of the day. All you gotta do is wait till you get off school property. The minute you go across the street where the crossing guard is, the minute you get on the other side where the crossing guard is, it's on. You can get into a fight, you ain't gotta worry about getting suspended because you're totally off the school grounds. But if you end up fighting on the wrong side of the crossing guard, you're gonna end up in the principal office the next day getting your ass suspended. Yes, I do remember. I do. He said Kalamazoo would be lit. Yeah, it'd be a hell of a fight. He said that he whooped Keyshawn every time they was in proximity. Damn. You ain't saying Andy Cruz is out there just terrorizing Keyshawn like that. Not Keyshawn that's calling out Tank.
Nah, my bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was waiting for you to say something. I just keep pressing the button until you do.
At least, Shakur, he stayed ringside. Remember that on that same card when what's his name was calling him out, Tito Mercado. He was getting into it with Shakur and Keyshawn. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Who you say was who you say?
Tito Mercado. He fought on that same card where Andy Cruz walked up to Keyshawn and dapped him after his fight.
Oh, you talking about, yeah, and Keyshawn was looking like, I don't know what to do, and Shakur was standing there looking like, what you gonna do?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you had some people that was kind of upset because it's like Andy Cruz, as much as he be talking about Keyshawn, like, why you want to walk up to him and dap Keyshawn up after that?
With that being said, I can stand on the other side and say, why are you even at his fight? What are you doing here? You don't like the dude. This dude ain't got no skills for you. Nothing about him is entertaining. He is nowhere near your level. Why are you watching his fight? I'm just saying, that's a double-edged sword when it comes down to it. Thinking of a double-edged sword, Tank is here for money. He could care less about testing his sword or his legacy. Period. Well, he did tell us he was here about getting his money. What I'm not understanding is people being mad at the dude for actually being honest. Say he ain't worried about getting no belt no more, which we heard a long time ago. Floyd Mayweather said, you can't feed my kids with the belt. This here is prize fighting. It's about getting your money. If a belt come along with it and you want that as part of your legacy, then so be it. But for the most part of it, be honest. It's prize fighting, and these dudes is fighting for the prize. That money. Tank let us know that. He fighting for the money. He ain't fighting for the belts. He don't care what people think. He trying to get his money and get out. I'm not saying that I'm overly joyed about the situation that's how I go. I'm just saying that, that's what it is. You gotta respect and expect, sometimes these athletes are actually telling you the truth. This man say, I don't know how many stories are out about Tank, but I hear him talking about guys that been boxing since they was young. And he said that, some guys had families that box. Some guys was this and that to box. I had to box to get out from his situation. That's the way he's painting the picture. If that's the picture that he's painting, and if he's a millionaire, like, hey, he did a great job. Just like Deontay Wilder. He's a millionaire, he did a great job. Earl Spence, he a millionaire, great job. These guys that came from nothing, that earned it by throwing their hands, great job. I can't be mad at them for not giving me something that I want, or things not working out the way I wanted it when it comes down to their careers. Hell, nobody suspected until we start seeing what Shakur Stevenson hands look like. Nobody uh, 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 gave a damn about that. They just wanted to see him win a certain way. Let's remember, it was just a few minutes ago that Shakur was under the scope, in the spotlight, being talked about for not winning the way people wanted him to. Right or wrong? I think I'm kind of right. We was just going through a wave of things against Shakur about his last performance against Edwin De Los Santos. Am I correct?
I don't remember what you're talking about because, last time I checked, Edwin De Los Santos, he's a former Olympian and he punching just as hard as GTD. So that was a great win, in my opinion.
In your opinion, but I heard a lot. What fight was it that people would say, "Oh, Shakur wouldn't engage; he was running"? What fight was that?
Oh yeah, that was a Casuals fan saying that. You're right.
The fight that he had Twitterson stenciled on his shorts. Isn't that the fight?
Well, he did that the fight after, but yeah.
He did that at the fight after. Okay, so you let me know he did that the fight after. So you do know the fight I'm talking about, where people was giving him the blues about not winning the way they wanted him to. Yeah, Floyd is a 1.5 on the Reading Rainbow scale. Boy, that boy Eric R is cold-blooded.
Look, it's in a book, a Reading Rainbow.
Wasn't that guy's name Lamar? I can't remember his last name.
Yeah.
His name was Lamar, right?
Yep.
Okay. Because every time I see him now, I remember him because he ended up getting a character on Star Trek. He was the guy that seen stuff in different wavelengths with the funny looking glasses on. And I always found it strange that he went from Reading Rainbow to Star Trek.
Yeah, parlayed his career.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. The Tank is manufactured like Earl. Pick certain style fighters in front of them, and they look like King Kong. In the presence of a real one, they fold. Earl got beat up. Fold. I won't say he folded because folded to me mean you pretty much quit. Earl didn't quit. Earl kept getting knocked back down on his ass until somebody had to save him. Like Bud said, Earl kept it real. He kept it 100. He stayed at a weight class and that he didn't have to stay at and waited for a fight that he could have moved on about. But he actually gave the fans what they wanted to see. So I won't shoot Earl down like that. I won't even say manufactured. I will say that the best I could give you is we've always said Top Rank move their guys in a certain way to get them what am I trying to say? I lost my thought because I started reading some MZ Brother Fan OG. Please walk down off that hill. You willing to down? I'm not willing to down no Tank. I'm not willing to die for Tank. I'm just giving both sides. We can't have a good show if one side is not defended. I'm here to defend. It could be Lamont Roach right now. If y'all was going at him, I'll be here to defend just a little bit. It's about the money, like he said, fuck with Turkey then. He really scared. You know how it is when you got a diva. And I've called, D-Lo, I done called the man a diva a few times. That means that I am not riding with him like that. I'm not riding with him like that. I'm just bringing up stuff. But if it's about the money, you know, I know you've seen before in your lifetime, Napoleon Armstrong, a person that is so pig-headed so stupid, so stubborn that even a sensible move by them, because they don't like somebody, they'll let the house burn down. Tank is, to me, he fits that category. He's one of those kind of people. Unless it's going to benefit him in some kind of way, I really don't know how Turkey never get his ass in the ring, man. I really don't. If his description of what he think, he didn't want to go over there and fight when it was, who was it, Devin Haney they was talking about? And he was like, the way Turkey was riding Devin Haney, he felt like it was already set up against him. Why do he have to go over there to fight Devin Haney? Set it up over here. But, I can't speak to a man's disbeliefs. The only thing I can bring up is last week when Trey and I were speaking, the conversation did turn to the fact that Tank is afraid of losing. He has a fear of losing. It's come out of his mouth, and we spoke on it at some extent with that. That's the only thing I can say that we have a problem with when it comes to that. That boy don't want to be a meme.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, and I don't know if you even heard like anything about this, but of course you seen that in that fight, Barry Hunter was the head coach, Calvin Ford was the assistant. It had been rumblings about some friction between GTD and Calvin. But yeah, but I just wanted to like get your thoughts. What you think about Barry Hunter being the head coach and GTD having to tell Calvin Ford to like calm down, and he was like, what I'm saying, not even looking at him when he was giving him instructions. Like how you feel about all that?
I did see that footage, and by a stroke of luck, I saw some more footage of the action that was going on in the corner. And when you see certain things, you can get it taken out of context in a certain way. Because in the other footage, you could also see a conversation being had where Barry Hunter was shaking his head down, Tank was laughing, and Calvin was saying, "Yeah, it was a light conversation that was going on." So I don't know if that was before or after. But what I can say is, I don't have a problem with whatever dynamic they had going on in the corner. Calvin was there. That has to erase the notion that he was fired. He was cut loose. There was so many things said prior to this fight taking place that you had to believe that you weren't going to see Calvin at the fight. But there he was. So I don't have a problem with it. Let Tank tell it. Let it come out of his mouth. Calvin is like pops to him. That's why he got the tattoo of the man on his body. I don't know why people want to see them split apart or anything like that. The only thing I can give on that is my mother-in-law told me back when my wife and I was newlyweds, be careful of the people that are around you and your friends, because you never know who is really sitting around hoping for you to split up, because that's what'll make them happy.
So what you saying? You saying Barry Hunter is glad that they fallen apart and he an opportunist because he now stepped in as the head coach?
No, what I'm saying is people on the outside looking in saying that Calvin Ford was out of there, it was fired, and Tank wasn't doing with him no more, are the people that sitting around and probably would be more related to the fact that would be true. You have people, misery love company, and you have people that sit around hoping that other people are miserable. Let's not pretend that a lot of this action ain't just because of boxing. Some people just don't like that dude. Like I don't like Teo. Some people don't like Tank. At least I'm willing to say I don't like Teo. I don't like it.
Yeah, but Teo,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. That coach was standing in his spot trying to take a spot from Calvin or anything like that. From what I understand, he's always been part of that camp. He was with Tank and them in the beginning. He's told the story that if you go back to some of Tank earlier fights, you will see he was there. This is not his first rodeo with Tank. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. D-Lo 404 said Tank cares about having the belt because PBC cares about marketing him as a champion. That's why I kept defending that regular WBA. Well, for that, D-Lo, we've always said that PBC does what? What was their mantra when those boys used to talk all the time? We got pay-per-view stars. They produce stars. Guys that fight once a year with a price tag of $80 or more against somebody most of the time that you didn't ask for them to fight. That was their model. That's what they stuck out there. That's what they ran with. Top Rank put their guys in hard fights. They didn't know how to shine them out in front of the public, but that's what they did. And the Zone was just taking losses. I mean, Matchroom was just taking losses. Now that Turkey Al Sheikh came in, it kind of shows light on the big flaws that we already knew was there with these companies and how they were producing the product to us. Now it's just, who do we turn and blame the shortcomings on? What fighters do we blame it on? Blame it on the businesses and the people with the business models. That's what I say. Tank like fighting for belts. Okay, holding the belt so he can be called as a champion. Let's just look at it closely. He keeps defending the WBA belt. Is this not the same model that Floyd had? When you look at Floyd's collection of belts, what belt do you see the most of? What belt has he defended time and time again? I keep telling y'all, I think Tank is using the Floyd's blueprint on how to go through this boxing. He just, because of the internet, these platforms and everything, where they could be in front of folks, you do a little acting on YouTube, a little fighting on Twitter to get people to jump in and comment or not comment. You don't have to have the hard fights like Floyd had to go through in his upcoming, because Floyd didn't have the internet and stuff like that. That came in on the tail end of Floyd. These guys, they got that. It's all in. It's part of their promotions. You know, that's just what it is. So he is finessing it to his liking. They all are. It's just who gonna do it the best. And right now it seems like Tank doing it the best. And usually when somebody finessing the system the best, at some point you get mad. People get mad at you. And at that point, that's when the person who's doing the finessing says, look what I done did. I done pretty much made it. I got enough people mad at me, willing to watch me lose, and I got enough people loving me, willing to watch me win. So I'm going to get paid on both sides of the table. So I'm pretty much, as long as I fight, win, I'm set straight. Remember, people were complaining about some of the people Floyd was fighting toward the Money Mayweather era. Let's not forget that. It was a couple of fights that people grumbled about. I think the dude is using the same strategy. Now he won't unify. Not unless it's conducive and gonna fit his model of the way things are going. He said, no one made Tank come out with those lists of future opponents that he now wants to not fight. Now, with that part, if he was smart, or Calvin or somebody was thinking, they would say this is the perfect time to fight the names on the list, Tank. You talking about getting ready to go out the door. This will be train hard. Let's go ahead and strategize. Let's get Shakur and the rest of these. Let's get Shakur out the way. I think Shakur is the biggest nail in the road for Tank. Not Teo, not Devin. We've already seen him deal with Ryan, whether you want to say it was a weight clause or what. Ryan was under the protection Because people weren't saying, oh, it's okay. Ryan wants to fight Tank, and Ryan won't make weight. But Ryan wants to come in and just unchecked in whatever weight he wants to, and Tank should accept it. So, that being said, I'm just going to say, politely, the dude finessing the system. He finessing the system. The EDLS shot the bed in that fight that night, not Shakur. Right. You can't hold certain things against certain people. We say somebody didn't do good in the fight with Shakur. But the fight that Shakur that people was really, really going after him about was the y'all give me one hot second. One of my ducklings is called.
Hey, nigga over there got ducks kidnapped in the background and stuff. See, that's why GTD been running. MZ over there, he got ducks. He got ducks stored off in his bathroom. That's why he messed with GTD. Look, all that stuff MZ been saying, at the end of the day, none of it matter. Start running from Keyshawn. Start running from Shakur. Fight Shakur.
Fuck all that. Hold up. He tried to. Any ducks that's kidnapped around here, those my babies. Y'all know that. Don't let that hyphy try to steal the narrative. And then I hear you in here trying to take up for Keyshawn. You finna try to slide him on out the way of Andy Cruz. Don't be trying to do that.
Man, you stop holding them ducks hostage, man. Get them up out of there.
Come on now, man. Come on. I can't even give you a duck yet. You know what I'm saying? You haven't earned the duck. You haven't earned the right for me to say, yeah, Tank a duck. I can't give you that.
Hey, we gonna rehome the ducks. We gonna send them through the rescue. We gonna get them rehomed so they could go to a good home. We gotta clear out just like the same way we clearing out boxing. You know, we gonna make sure the ducks get to a good home. Turkey Al Sheik is king. He will do great wonders for the sport of boxing. Now he's working with Dana White. Everything is gonna be all right.
Shakur feet defense is equally as lifted as his speed and offense and IQ. MZ brother, okay, I read that. LeVar Burton. Okay, that's the guy from the Railroad's name. And yes, he did play in Roots. He was the young Kunta. He was the young Kunta Kinte. That was, hey, when I watched that Roots, and boy, at the time that I got a chance to watch it, which was a youngster, Roots was a beast movie. Yeah. So okay, y'all help me out. That's it. If you got a remembrance of him being in anything else, let me know. I forgot about Roots. So good call on that one. The persona and physique folded, broke, went up in smoke. Whatever you want to call it. Let's say the gig is up. He's saying Tank it's out of there. I'm saying that the next time he get ready to fight, people gonna show up, the stars gonna still come out, because a draw is not enough to taint the taste of the star that they like to go see. They gonna chalk it up as a bad night. A bad night that didn't turn out to be a loss. So they still get to get up when Tank get ready to fight. They still get to get up, put they Debor, Devaji Kabor, whatever the name of that stuff is they be wearing. I'm a simple man. I like simple stuff. But they get up and put their diamonds on, they furs, they going out to watch the undefeated Tank Davis. I'm not making some narrative for him. I'm telling y'all what the truth is. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. People like Tank. And as long as you got enough people to like you, that the balance off the scale for the people that don't like you, and when they like you enough, stuff that seems to come out of left field could happen sometime, and you get away with it. That's just how it is. He said, I think Turkey should leave Tank be. I think the same thing. If Tank is not trying to deal with you, why waste your time or your energy trying to poke at him, unless you're trying to poke at him and poke him into the situation where he said, you know what, you pissed me off. Yeah, I'm finna fight somebody. Know what I'm saying? You know, he could be using that strategy. So I agree with you though. Turkey should leave me. Don't worry about it. At some point, you're gonna either have to end up having to fight with somebody that's gonna satisfy the crowd because your pool of competition is drying up. It's getting small, or should I say, it's fluctuating. The old group of guys are gone. You're the OG at 135. Now you got the youngster Keyshawn, not throwing his name in there, but this is somebody who has moved into 135. You got Shakur Stevenson, who is in 135. How big is Abdullah Mason, Hyphy? Isn't he on his way to 135? Hyphy.
He's there at 135.
Okay, so you got him at 135.
Yeah.
So the fluctuation has taken place, or if we do it in some kind of other way, you could say a time cortex is opened up and the old school is left. Tank is that spirit that refuses to leave. He's going to hover around at 135. So now a whole new class has emerged. At some point, he's going to have to give us something. At some point. I'm sure you like the names in the new class that's coming up as well as we like the old names that left the class. People still love Shakur as a fight. The rumblings are going to come into play for Keyshawn. Whatever he does with Andy Cruz, the dislike for Tank bring enough where people will start calling for Keyshawn Tank. And dare I say, Abdullah Mason will creep into the mix as long as he keeps looking good. That name will start ringing. So at some point, Tank will have to give us something, or as the old saying goes, he'll have to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, well, right now, he got to start running from the Reaper. The Tank is struggling with the Reaper. You got to go up against that Reaper again.
Now, if I was a publicist for Tank Nim, this is how I would spin this. Since he likes to bring up Floyd Mayweather in a bad light or a good light, however his bipolar way of thinking kicks in, I would say, comparing it once again to the guy that he idolized, Floyd Mayweather. When people felt like Floyd Mayweather didn't give them the performance they wanted, somebody seemed to have done a little more than what they expected. What did they ask for? A rematch. It wasn't often that Floyd gave rematches, but every once in a while he did please the crowd when the crowd got loud and said, this guy could have beat Floyd, or this guy did beat Floyd. This is Tank's Floyd Mayweather moment with Lamont Roach. You got a draw out of it, and people are pissed. I say, this run it back. It's not like people will be saying, oh, he shouldn't run it back because they've already asked for it. So before anybody say, oh, you can't run it back without giving Shakur a shot, enough people to scream, run it back with Roach because they believe. I do believe that Roach beat Tank. This is what the people believe. And if they believe that, take a playbook, a page out of Floyd's playbook and give them what they believe. And then turn around and attempt to put your hands on Shakur. I've always said, when it was the Kings all together, I said, my two fighters that I think would be standing up at the end of the smoke where the battle would have to take place would be Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson, the baby world beater. Nobody can say that I've ever said different. It's always been Tank and the baby world beater. And I never could say which one I felt would walk away with the victory. So, anything else you want to say about? Because I could defend all night, sir. I ate my Wheaties. I got me a good drink. I got a hot sandwich on the way back to me. So, I could, I could defend all night.
You got a nice bath running for them ducks too, huh?
What? You still going? You still over there with that? You
Them
still
ducks
trying to hit me with the ducks?
ducks got quiet. That nigga MZ put them ducks in a bubble.
He said, yet he ended up a meme. That's how I'm gonna handle that duck talk right there. I'm gonna go to D-Lo's comment because you over there. I will come out as I read the comment. I'll figure this out. He said, yet he ended up a meme following the Roach fight, but he didn't lose. It's a meme of a draw. Somebody. I'm playing publishers right now. It's a win. It's a meme of a draw. How bad is that? A draw meme don't go viral. I'm just saying, you need lost memes like crime Michael Jordan viral. You need Earl Spence getting beat up by Terrence Crawford, and they showed his face be like Martin getting beat up by Tommy Hearns when they showed his face after the fight sitting in the living room. Viral. But a meme of a draw, not viral. Not viral at all. Tank's fear of losing probably came from the fall of AB. That was his hero. I don't know what. I will say that could be it, but also, yeah, that could be it. But a bigger part of it, I'm thinking, is the fact that the internet blows up a win or a loss. It magnifies it so much more. You get a chance to go back and pick out the little flaws that took place, the little inconsistencies, the mistakes. You get to pick those out and blow them up and put them on display in front of the world, and you get to describe it and put a narrative to it the way you want. So I'm thinking, that plays a factor in it too. He said, I think Tank wants to fire Calvin Floyd. I think Tank wants to fire Calvin and Kenny, like Bill Haney said, but I don't think Barry Hunter was going for it. Wow, D-Lo, but I have to ask this because you are the man that likes to think outside the box. Have you garnered any grumblings or noticed anything that would make you think that other than Bill Haney saying it? Because Bill Haney be saying all kinds of stuff. It seems like to me sometimes he say stuff to throw it against the wall just to see what's going to stick. Just throw the pot of spaghetti up there and see how much stick. I'm using spaghetti because the noodles are heavy. They should fall off. Too much shouldn't stick. Just tomato sauce. But if you know something that I don't know, please bring it out so I can understand.
Hey, D-Lo, that's not what he said when he was trying to get Bill Haney on his show. So never mind him. Bill Haney is a good coach, man.
First off, yes. I did try to, Bill Haney was saying he would do interviews. Yeah, I did call and say, I did put out a message saying, come on the show. We'll show you some respect, ask some hard questions, but it'll all be respectful, give you a chance to give your side of things. That's about all I said and asked. And if he had came, I would have been like, y'all, put the questions to him. Let's go. So yeah, ask me about Bill Haney. I have no shame in that. Your Honor, jury, members of the panel, here on the block, in the parliament, up in the sectors. I have no problem with that. I'm just here to defend whichever fighter is getting the bad end of the stick. That's all. Keep it honest and biased. Unbiased. Say Tank selects opponents like he is scared to lose. Just like his role model Canelo, who felt Tank lost to Roach. How can I put this? Canelo, he feel like, I like Tank really much. I like Tank. Tank is a good fighter. But if he throw that loss on Tank back, then Tank can't be better than him. Because he got 2 losses. So yeah, I help pedal off a loss to Tank. Because Canelo might be seeing it in the mirror like, this Tank guy might end up having more fans and more likability than me. I'm just saying. So just because Canelo, who is his role model, because he likes Canelo, said it, don't have a lot of fire behind it, sir. I'm sorry. You mean that Canelo that has 2 losses, that's the one who said the Tank lost to Roach. Okay.
Hey, MZ, but so damn, you just made a good point. So you telling us Canelo, he backdoored GTD, huh?
What you mean backdoored it?
He couldn't wait for GTD to have some type of controversy for them to turn that knife on GTD.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Just think about this, right? For the longest time, I have been fighting to be the face of boxing by myself because by right, I should be the face of boxing because Floyd Mayweather beat me every round in the fight, but then turned around and said, I'm going to be a great champion, and he pretty much passed me the torch. I should be the face of boxing. But here comes this little dude, Tank, who had a nerve to knock out a lot of people like I do. Regardless of who they pick, I knock him out. Regardless of who he pick, he knock him out. Now people are saying that he's the face of boxing with me. Like we're sharing the face of boxing. So yeah, I'm finna pedal him a loss. As Canelo, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think Tank lost against Roach. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, hey, well, I guess that's a hard lesson learned because Canelo, he's showing everybody that hey, he will put that blade in your back when the right time. Just like he did it to Ryan after being training friends with Ryan. He said Crawford was a great fighter. Now you see how they, get into it just a tiny little bit. Then now he's doing it to GTD. So yeah, he will put that blade in your back. But GTD, he should have been aware of this because, like he said, he don't got no friends in boxing.
Well, you can be starstruck, like I said, like it's being printed in the chat. Canelo, Tank, look up to Canelo. He pretty much put it out there. But as far as Ryan goes, Canelo said that Ryan didn't have the work ethic to be in there with them. I don't know if you would say that's turning the knife. This situation with Tank, though, trying to get, advocating Tank to have a loss, I could see deeper meanings in that. Because I need you to have a loss. You can't share. First of all, check this out. I'm sharing the face of boxing with a 135 pounder. An undefeated 135 pounder, and I done got my ass whooped twice. Once by Floyd, once by Bill. Once by Laura, but people didn't count. The judges didn't count it because my name Canelo. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, Tank took a loss. Tank took a loss. That's what Canelo said. Said he needs to be stripped if that's his game. He's, like I said, he holding up 135. Well, that belt that he holding, that's not one of the, is that the regular belt? Because if that's the regular belt, how can you say he holding up? You got Keyshawn got a belt, Shakur got a belt, Tank got a belt. Who the other belt?
Loma.
Oh, Loma. If anybody holding up is Loma, he ain't even made. When the last time somebody seen Loma?
Oh,
If we want to blame any of this drama on anybody, it's Loma's fault. Because Loma decided to take a break during negotiations when him and Tank was supposed to fight. Loma messed up the whole thing. See, if Loma had a fault, then Tank would have went on down the list. But since Loma didn't fight, Tank probably got one of those I can't step over the line fears. If I fight these boys out of line, it'll be like what's the movie where people was dying in order when they was on the ride? What's
Titanic?
No, not Titanic. It's a more up-to-date movie when like they was on a roller coaster and the roller coaster flew off the thing and people died. But somebody had a premonition that it was gonna happen, and they was like, "No, don't get on the roller coaster because we gonna die." And then they didn't get on there, and then they started dying at different times in the same order as they were sitting on the roller coaster.
Oh damn. Okay.
Or airplane crash. It's like, what's the name of that damn movie? Anyway, that's what's going on. Final Destination. Thanks, M. Banks Unfiltered. He just came in with an answer like that. Welcome to the show. Final Destination. That's what's going on with them. If Tank fight any of the guys on the list out of order before knocking off Loma, it'll upset the balance of his list and he might lose. So that's why he ain't fighting nobody else. And it's all Lomachenko's fault. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a great argument, and y'all can't argue with that. When y'all try to think of an argument, I'm going to read some stuff. Yeah, Keyshawn Davis Sr., a.k.a. Andy Cruz, need to work ASAP. See, Eric R. feels what I'm saying. And I can't defend Keyshawn because y'all already got Keyshawn. So I'm going to have to ride for Andy Cruz and be like, yeah, why won't Keyshawn Davis fight me? If I ain't nothing, then go slap me and get me out the way. But maybe he's scared because I done whooped him twice in the amateurs. Twice, y'all. Not draw. I done put hands on this boy. Put hands on him to the fact that I've seen Keyshawn Davis in the interview talking about how Andy Cruz, he was thinking that he was going to have to fight Andy when they got to the pros. And he made some statement which I found strange, that Andy Cruz grasped the amateur style of fighting better than he did. But he has the grasp of the pro style better than Andy Cruz does. But he's still not giving a reason why they won't fight or why he won't fight him. So y'all let that simmer while I keep on rolling down the list. Clearly, there is some against going on with Tank and Kenny and Calvin. Clearly, there is something. But what? Calvin said in an interview that he was going through some things. Could that, the concern of what's going on with Calvin being bleeding over the Tank and bleeding over to Kenny and affecting the dynamics of what's going on? Could that be it? Maybe it's not something bad between all of them, or maybe it's something bad that's going on that's really heavy on the shoulders of the team. So Bill turns you down or ignored your request. Turned down, ignored. That's how you want to look at it? Then yeah, that's what took place. Maybe I ain't big enough for him to notice that I sent out a message saying, come over here and talk on Musically Zone Talks Boxing. My feelings wasn't hurt though. Didn't give it a second thought. They didn't show up. We didn't have an interview. If they had showed up, we would have had an interview. But you know what I like about MZ Talks Boxing? Musically Zone Talks Boxing? We still here with him or without him. Bill don't want that kind of smoke. Because if he came over to Musically Zone Talks Boxing, he would have had to answer questions from D-Lo 404 Boxing. He would have had to answer questions from Eric R., Gil Coles, Ernest Davis, a.k.a. Maestro. Armin Brown, and she had him on to ask some questions, ABO9. There would have been a lot of questions coming from him at a fast, furious pace. Trey X. Hell, Joseph Judge Joe Brown might have showed up and asked some questions. Decay. A lot of questions that would have been asked. So, he ducked. It wasn't a refusal or ignore. He ducked. That's what happened. And don't you forget it. Come in here talking about ignore it. Now, that man ducked that smoke. He ducked those hard questions that was going to be asked. A lot of fans and fighters feel Tank lost to Roach. True. A lot of fighters and fans do feel like Tank lost to Roach. And what I say to that is, oh well. You know who didn't feel like Tank lost to Roach? The judges. Because if they did, Roach would have won and Tank would have lost. So it's a lot of fans that's going to be holding some feelings against Tank. And I don't really worry about the fighters because a lot of them just be tripping. Some of them might don't like Tank, so they want him to have a loss. Some of them might just can't call a good fight. Like Roy Jones picking all the wrong stuff. Hell, I don't know. I'm just saying. Just because the fans thinking that he lost and some fighters thinking he lost, that's my comeback to that. People in the audience listening to the way I defend with such rigor, standing up for the man who is getting spat up on just because he didn't do what the people wanted him to do. Is that his fault? No, it's not. Why come the competition can't be effective? Why they look at sis, Harmon Brown. Say facts, bro. Hey, y'all, great live. Going to tuck it in and go to sleep. All right, sis. Thank you for being around. And Andy Cruz is angling for a shot at Tank's belts. Well, if Andy is angling for some shots at Tank's belts, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Angle on, Andy. Angle on. Go get that smoke. Because for whatever reason, and I mean this as sincerely as I can put it, for whatever reason, I do not believe that we're going to see Tank and Shakur Stevenson fight. And I don't know why. I don't know what kind of hair Tank then got up his butt about Shakur. I don't know what's made him change his mind about his list. I most definitely would hate to see a situation going on with him and Coach Calvin Ford. It's almost as bad as a breakup with a girlfriend. You get a tattoo and then y'all break up. I wonder what kind of cover-up ink he gonna get for that. Hopefully it don't be that bad. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, I don't think we're gonna get that fight. I'm gonna seriously say that. So if it's a new super fight that you think could be had, you might as well really truly start calling Keyshawn's name, or maybe Abdullah Mason, or one of these other youngsters that's coming up, because it seems like Tank is dug in at the moment. We don't want to do nothing with take Turkey out of shape, and you don't want to do nothing with Shakur Stevenson. And I'm thinking the biggest factor in it is Turkey out of shape. Because at this moment, Turkey Al Sheikh has his fingers. He has some kind of reach in PBC. He's doing business with them because their fighters have showed up on his cards. But you know for a fact, he has his hands in the pot at Matchroom. And he has his hands in the pot at Top Rank. So it's going to be fun to see how Tank handles it, especially if it comes to a big name with a fight with those people. But I don't think we're going to get Shakur and Tank, man. I just don't think so. I would love to be wrong, but at this moment, the way it's looking, it just don't seem like it. Tank is acting like a diva, straight up. Turkey, he trying to stand on his business, because he had to look at it. How many people you think telling that man no? How dare Tank tell me no, he don't want to fight for me, or he makes some outlandish request about some Ferraris to fight. You know, we could spin this a bunch of different ways. Y'all gonna always find a good argument against whichever fighter we bring up. And I think I want to start having some fun. Like, y'all bring me a fight that you want me to defend, and I'm gonna get down for him. Hyphy, I think I've been handling you tonight, homeboy. Even Eric R said I've been handling you tonight. You know, this is the second time I pretty much walked away with it. Now, I know you're going to probably go to the Discord, put out fake rumors that you handled your business against me, try to make people think that MZ failed and gave you a win, but nah. Even the dog that you be walking saying, damn, Hype, this how I be going down? I thought you said the old school dude wasn't ready.
Yeah, you know me well, because that's exactly what I'm gonna do. It'll be out tomorrow when you wake up on Discord. You know what I'm saying? We waking up early to watch Keith Thurman. Hopefully we can get a link for that. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow.
Speaking of Keith Thurman, glad you bringing it up. Bringing it up. Keith Thurman is fighting on the No Limit. It's No Limit app, right? Is that Master P there? I didn't know Master P had.
Hell no.
Oh, it's not. Yeah,
Nah. I mean, it makes sense you'll say that, but that's the promoter Tim Zudin had for years.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot we can say about Keith Thurman and who he fighting. Brock.
Yeah, Brock.
First of all, Keith needs to stop fighting with those Clippers and go ahead and let them win. Because right now, it looks like his hairline is connecting. Don't Keith Thurman got a bald spot? How you have a way back hairline and a bald spot? Your hairline in the middle of your head and you got a bald spot. Come on, dog. Let it go, bro. Just let it go. Just cut it all off. But they got him fighting. I'm hearing it might be on YouTube.
Yeah, so this is what I've been seeing. The replay is going to come on PBC YouTube channel as early as like 6 a.m. West Coast time. Now, you can't like take none of these time zones, at least these exact hours, like for exact. But so it's safe to say the replay will be on the PBC YouTube channel sometime tomorrow morning. But the goal is, me and y'all said we are gonna try to find a link for like the live stream. And I'm, so we just got to figure out like an exact time as far as like exactly when is it gonna come on. I'm gonna have that information. I'm gonna look it up tonight.
Okay. Hold on, I got another defense coming in. All of Cruz versus Davis fights were split decisions, except one. Now, Sir D-Lo for boxing, are you making a statement to bring light to Davis to help open up the door for him to have argument for Tank? Or are you saying this is why Davis is not accepting the fight with Cruz? Because split decision, unanimous decision. As of right now, sir, the ball rests in Keyshawn Davis's court. He can either take this smoke from Andy Cruz or keep making excuses and calling for Tank. In which case, as crazy as this might sound, Keyshawn might stand a better chance of getting a fight with Tank than Shakur. Unless Keyshawn end up being a player for Turkey. And at one point in time, will the fans come together and put Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson on the stake for not fighting each other? For making the pact even? When will that outrage come? I'm just curious. Huh, Hyphy? Oh, man, that question was so cold-blooded. Y'all seen what happened? Made Hyphy disappear. He said, I don't have anything to ask Bill. Okay. Well, I was just trying. If he had wanted that smoke, he would have got it. With all being said, I'd ask Bill if he's considered a way to defend against the left hook. Eric R. does not let it sleep. We know that Ramirez knows that the left hook is from the last footage ever seen on Devin Haney. It's quite the weapon to go with. In a few days, few weeks time, 2 weeks time and a few days, the world will get a chance to see, unless something miraculous happens between now and fight day, the world will see Devin Haney step in the ring against Ramirez. And the questions of what kind of fighter returns from the ass whooping that was received by Ryan Garcia in his last outing, it's going to determine what we're going to see with Devin Haney. I don't know what to expect. I hope the best for the young man, where he gets a chance to propel himself and go into a fight with Ryan Garcia with some smoke behind him, because he really does need to try to save face with that loss that he fought so hard to get overturned. And with that, I think I talked you guys' ears off enough tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to let it go. I thank Trey X for coming through earlier today and kicking it with me. Hyphy for popping in. DeCane jumped into the chat and kept us live going for a minute with some good things. I got to give props once again to the women of boxing that's across the pond. Natasha Jonas, Lauren Price, Caroline Dubois, and the rest of those ladies that was on that card. Magnificent showing. And with that, I'm out.